Hello, hello, hello. Why is the screen floating off the screen? Did I fix it? Let me know how laggy the stream is today. I think I fixed the lag issues with the stream, but we'll see. Let me know if it's still bad. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another GetCracked tournament, Diabotical. Today we got 2v2 Arena. The most competitive and intricate mode in the history of Arena FPS. And we're going to be starting in just a few minutes, 3 o'clock. Take a look at the teams that we got today. Hopefully you guys can read that on the stream. We've got Hey, I Can Be Controlled. What's up, Broken Symmetry? Miles, Ason, hello. Osrosis. Habitus, letting me know that I don't know how to use Linux. Tanuki, what's up? Welcome everybody. My eyes are burning because of the white screen. I'm sorry. At least it's not full screen. So these are the teams that we've got so far for the 2v2 Arena Tourney. It's going to be starting in just a few minutes here. Not because of the stream. What's wrong with your eyes? So we got some interesting team names here. Of course, the players can choose their own team names. Pretty funny ones here. Some of them are familiar. We've seen them in previous GetCracked tournaments. Blame Canada has got two players who are aliasing as Terrence and Philip. A little South Park reference for the NA tourney. Edgy Children, of course. Know them very well by now. Prevail. As we've seen, we're going to see Arabux and Davis. Ryu says, thanks for hosting these tourneys. It's been awesome to watch. No problem. It is a pleasure to host them and watch these games. And actually, from casting and watching these games, my skill level in the game has gone up mildly. Asan, not getting enough sleep. Hard when there's a game out that is so good that you can't stop playing it. Hello, Drifted! We've got some very cool team names here. Brainless, not necessarily a bad thing in a mode like this. Gotta hit those shots. Weak Bodies, of course. We've seen Weak Bodies, Edgy Children, Prevail, and Friends. Prevail's got a couple teams in here. Airbucks and Drug Bud. I thought it was Airbucks and Davis. I guess this was updated. But yesterday I checked and I saw Davis in there. Mega Chads. These two players, I saw them last night. I wasn't familiar with their in-game names, Addison and Segs. It would be cool to see some new players. We've seen a lot of the same players in every GetCracked tournament, but obviously it's because, you know, they are already in the Discord. So if you want to join and play in future tournaments, there's information. You can do !info in the chat. And there you'll find the Discord, the bracket information. You can donate to the prize pool. It's still open. You can donate throughout the matches as well, and it'll go towards the winners. Currently, we've got a $200 prize pool for first place, which is a bit smaller than the tournament which we had yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a bigger tournament. We had all 3 competitive game modes, and those were amazing to watch. You can find the VOD on my Twitch. You can also go to twitch.tv/conx5, CONX5. He was also casting it. Make sure you give him a follow, and I'm sure he has the VODs enabled. Both of us are going to upload them to YouTube. And you can find them there. Let's see who the Zoomers are. Absu and Saslam. The beautiful, beautiful team avatar. Hello, Bobo and Blind Light. Welcome. Blind Light is playing today, I believe. Here. Team Burning Blossoms. Got Blind Light playing with Nixia. Very excited to see that. Unfortunately, there are going to be concurrent games at the beginning, so I won't be able to cast all of them. But as teams get eliminated, we're going to be moving our way through the tournament, and I will be casting, you know, of course, the finals and one of the semi-final games. That's just how it works. In the future, I will clone myself, and then I will be able to cast all of the games at once. Portland Burnsiders. X-Hero and Rain of Light. If you want to see this team list, you can do !info in the chat, and that'll take you to the page that I'm looking at right now. And brackets were already posted, so let's take a look. These teams are getting a bye. These 2 teams are starting in round 2. Team Ballin for Johnson, which is Carnage Johnson and Ballin himself, are gonna get a bye. You're gonna see them in round 2. Of course, this is double elimination, so if your team loses a game in the top winners bracket, you get knocked down into the losers bracket. You have a chance to fight your way all the way back up, and then the winner of the losers bracket will come back to face the winner of the winners bracket. It's a very weird system that is decided to be very fair, and it is used in most tournaments. For Burning Blossoms, we're going to go down in flame. I see what you did there. Burnside is a bridge in Portland, the more you know. Also, where's the Tony Hawk's Pro... It's also where the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater level is. Oh. I played a lot of THPS 1 and 2, and then I probably lost interest. But that was back when I used to skateboard in real life. Physical activity has gone down since Diabotical's release. This should be a great tournament. I'm excited to see it. First, I have played a decent amount of Arena, but it's not my favorite mode. But that being said, it's not as simple as point and click. It's not all about aim. In fact, it's more about dodge, really. How well can you dodge? Anyone can hit damage, especially in a small arena, but can you dodge damage? I was supposed to play a show with my band for the 20th anniversary of Scottopia, but that obviously got cancelled. Was that in Portland? Portland's an interesting place, from what I've seen on the interwebs. Yeah, so yesterday I was having a lot of frame loss issues with the stream. I may have fixed it. Let me know if it's better in any way. Are you a fan of Weak Bodies? Yeah, I mentioned the... Oops, where is it? Weak Bodies and Edgy Children. I've seen them both playing in all these tournaments so far. Let's take a look at who's playing in Weak Bodies. Whoa, surprisingly, it's Jacob who asked the question. Or is it Jake B? Sorry if I got that wrong. And Shattered. I've been shattered. Diabotical. Oh. Nice, stream looks smooth. That's a wonderful change. I think I figured out the issue. If anyone uses OBS, if you make a stinger, which is like the video transition from one scene to another, and then you apply that stinger to different scenes, and then if you delete the stinger, but it's still set to those scenes, there's a memory leak. Definitely smoother than yesterday till you started opening stuff. Yeah, it's gonna fall apart. Jake B, not Jacob. Cool, now that I know that, I'm gonna call you Jacob on purpose. But just so you're aware, I'm aware. Jacob. Let's see if we got any games posted. We do indeed. We're going to be starting very soon. We got a couple games posted. Just going to figure out which one I'm going to be casting. And let me just go back to the bracket real quick so I can see who we're talking about. Portland Burnsiders. Team MCS versus Portland Burnsiders. This is going to be the first one that I cast here. And, oh, nice. I just figured out how I can look at the players of the... Okay. Learning how to use tournament.com. So let me jump into that game lobby. Hopefully, I didn't mess up the spectator HUD. Is it me or is the stream dropping frames? It is dropping frames. It's because I'm in space, and in space, like by the time the packets reach Earth, you know, some of them get lost. There's radiation and stuff involved. Basically, I broke my stream, and I haven't had time to fix it. I was casting a tournament yesterday, and then I had to play Diabotical because I'm a fanboy, and now I'm casting another. Portland Bruisers, I believe they got the name wrong. That's fine. It's Portland Burnsiders versus Team MCS. We got CK John and Azurite versus Reign of Light and X-Hero. Azurite competing for some of his own cash. His or her. Thank you to the sponsors, Prevail Gaming, for sponsoring the prize pool and helping support the tournament. And I should have the list of other sponsors up. Let me pull it up real quick. Beep boop bop. Donators. Thanks to Azurite for donating, who we are about to watch play right now. The entire Prevail team, Lady Drac, Milan, Blind Light, and Dradic. Blind Light, who is in the chat. Thank you guys for sponsoring the prize pool and supporting the tournament. Thank you on behalf of everyone at GetCracked. This is a community-run tournament. It is not officially endorsed. We're doing it broadcasting from a pirate signal in the middle of the Atlantic. Just deciding on a server. And the rules are the top team in the seed gets to pick the first map. All of the rules, of course, are available on the tournament page. You can do !info in the chat and it will show up. So first map pick is going to be Team MCS. And it's going to be best of 3 throughout the tournament.
Bizarre.
Winners bracket, losers bracket, participants bracket, viewers bracket.
Bizarre.
I think I'm going to keep the music on, but low. If you guys would prefer music off, you can let me know. I'll turn it off. Not that this music is super good anyways, but it is DRM free and Creative Commons attribution not required. We are legit for a pirate broadcast. Space is curved too. Yes, that does interfere with the signals broadcasting from the desk. Although, it's a common misconception, space is actually flat. Not many people know this. Just waiting on players to ready up here. So of course this is going to be best of 3, and by best of 3 I mean 3 different maps. So getting right into it here. 2v2 on Bazaar. Round 1. Team MCS versus Burnsiders. Portland Burnsiders. Some rockets coming out from Azurite. Damage. Looking at the top. First kill goes to Team MCS. Second kill goes to Team MCS, and they've got a 2-frag lead. Hard to come back from that in Arena. And there's a 3rd kill. Last player alive. Rain of Light goes down. Big damage coming out from John. This section of the map was recently changed. Personally, I like it. It's very simple and straightforward. A little bit of shaft coming out from John. Nice positioning. And some more shaft coming out from Azurite. Let's see where the spawn is. Also, I've never cast Arena before, so you're gonna have to give me, like, you know, 1 game to get warmed up here. And we'll figure it out. Got a potential... Oh, it's two 1v1s. Not too bad. Although John is getting caught out in a 1v2, but they turn it around with some really nice shaft. And Azurite taking the 1v1 on the respawn, but he's getting 2v1 trapped in the doorway. He's gonna go down. John with the high ground position also goes down. And we almost had a tie game for a second there. But Team MCS 3-0, quick 3-0. And yes, so the rules are we're going to see 3 maps every game. Top seed gets the first pick. And maps are only allowed to be chosen once, so we will not see repeats of any maps. Got a pretty close game here, actually. Round, I was gonna say, but I guess not. It all happens so quick. This is the one arena here on Bazaar that has some potential for hiding. We got a 2v2 on the high ground. Rockets coming out. One player gets knocked off the high ground. John turning around with a flick shaft. And look at the focus fire here coming out from Team MCS. It's like they're moving as a hive mind. Burnsiders trapped in the corner on the high ground. Nice rocket from John. And we're in a 2v1 situation. And that's going to be it. 5-0 for Team MCS. Look at that 3k damage on John. Very nice play. Portland Burnsider is going to be voting for the second map. I made a guess that this would run for about 6 hours. I think that was probably an overestimate. Might be doing about 3.5 to 4 hours based on this pace. But we'll see how it goes. Actually, it might be like 2 hours. I'm not sure. But it's going pretty quick. Once again, we got Team MCS versus Portland Burnsiders, Azurite and John on Team MCS in the blue, Rain of Light and X-Hero on Portland Burnsiders. Just getting ready here. Warming up the rocket jumps. And of course, in arena mode, there is no self-damage, so rocket jumps for moving around and such, very key. We have confirmation of the maps coming out from Rain of Light. Oh, I just realized the team colors are wrong. Let me see if I can change that real quick before they start. I had it something like this.
Game starts in 3, 2.
Now it matches the team name. First round starting off on Junction. And very key to get the high ground, of course. Kind of like Wipeout. We got a 2v2 here in the tight doorway. The rockets coming out. Huge damage coming out from Team MCS once again. those rockets and the pincer shot on the spawn, but John goes down. In a 1v2 situation, Azurite manages to make his way out without taking too much damage, hits a nice pincer shot from the low ground, and John is just going to clean up on the high ground. Nice shaft from Azurite, but he gets pushed into a 1v2, and he's going to go down first. That's the first time Portland Burnsiders have gotten the first kill, I believe, and it is equalized now. X-Hero taking a little bit of damage before his teammate respawns. 2v2 here, you don't want to overcommit, but look at the shaft coming out from MCS, and the double shaft is going to be really punishing. X-Hero now on his own with 24 HP is going to go down. And that's another 2-0. Once again, this is a best of 3, so if MCS win this map, then they'll be moving on. Nice rockets from Azurite controlling this high ground. Portland Burnsiders were a little bit late to take position up there, and they're going to get fragged without doing too much damage, so this round is almost in the bag for MCS. Azurite goes down, but it shouldn't matter too much as the round approaches its end. This is my favorite map of Junction. I don't know what you call it, a map section. Nice control from John, hitting a couple rockets into a nice shaft. And, oh no, pushed into the corner. The Burnsiders are definitely going to go down there. And we are in the final round of Junction. Got some weird screen flickering happening. That is, strange. Rain of Light hitting a nice direct. And he manages to finish off the kill, which is very nice. Rockets were maybe a little bit slow on the draw, but overall managed to pull it off. X-Hero in a 1v2 with a nice 180 rocket. He's going to put out some damage here, but will he be able to survive? No, and that is going to be GG. First game complete, first round down. John leading in frags and kills throughout. My GG in the chat will confirm that we are done here, I believe. This is gonna go by pretty quickly, I think. You know what? What if I menu frame cap? Is this gonna help with the stream lag? Can't go lower than 30. My hardware is not nearly as good as my production value. And my production value is not very good. So arena info. Alright, we got more games being posted already. I'll take a look at the bracket maybe every 2 games. I don't know if that sounds good. Or whenever there is some time in between games. Let's see if this game is still up. It is fixed. Wow. We did it. Incredible. So it was the menu had it uncapped frames, or it was 250 frames. This game might have started already. I just joined in progress. Such progress. If it's OBS, it might help to give priority so it doesn't get starved on resources. Absolutely, but changing process priority can cause pretty bad instability, so... You know, should I at least try it? Yes. Have I tried it? No. Perhaps for future tournaments, We're going to be following Team MCS again as they move into their next match. This will give me a little bit of time to take a look at the bracket, and I'll just tell you who they're going to be playing. Team Ballin for Johnson, Ballin and Carnage Johnson. We're going to be up next against Team MCS, and this is round 2 of the winner's bracket. This might run an hour and a half long, I guess. I really overestimated how long it would take. Arena's very fast. But have you guys in the chat, have you gotten a chance to play arena mode? Do you like it? How do you feel about it? Hello ConX5 in the chat. ConX5 is the other main streamer for the GetCracked tournament. If you want to, give him a follow, and that way you won't miss any action from future GetCracked tournaments. Also, if you want to play in any future GetCracked tournaments, check out that link. There is a link to the Discord where you can keep up with all the action. You can find the bracket for this tournament. You can donate to the prize pool throughout the tournament. Donations will be open until someone wins the money. Zorak War in the chat. Let's go Ballin and Johnson. This will actually be quite a good game because, yeah, I think it'll be very close. Let's see if I can keep up with it. Light says, I played 3 placement matches in 1v1 and got destroyed. It can be pretty tough. It can be pretty tough. Whoops. I almost accidentally bought Discord Nitro. Got your streamer drop instantly. Someone's got friends in high places. A little sad though, my Twitch emotes haven't been approved yet. It's been over a week. I know other people are having the same issue. It's sad. Sad time. I think they're very funny and I would like to have them spammed. Let's go Demex, says Zombie. Welcome Zombie. Zorak cheering for Ballin and Johnson, but what he was really cheering for was for them to actually join the game. Been using ripcord since someone else mentioned it in your Discord, and it's neat. Oh yeah, that's the text-only Discord. I was thinking about checking that out because Discord is JavaScript. It's quite heavy. I'm not a huge fan of the old JavaScript, but it gets the job done as well. It has nice features. Twitch is notoriously bad about approving emotes. Yeah, apparently if you are an affiliate, like if you're a Twitch affiliate and you've streamed on 60 different days for more than a certain amount of time, your emotes can be approved instantly instead of having any delay, and that allows you to swap them in and out whenever you want, basically. A couple caveats there: if you ever have an emote rejected, then you're off the list and you're back in the waiting pool. You gotta keep them PG. True, it would be nice to have Discord work as IRC. My only question is, how does it handle media link embeds? Because that's one of the nicer features of Discord is, you know, people post images, they show up right away. You have features like spoilers on images and post like Twitch links, and they play right in the thing. Battleground limit is 5. We even had it listed this time. We've got Ballin in the game. Just waiting for Carnage Johnson. Oops, bumped my mic. Sorry for that. That's interesting though, that limiting the menu frame rate. Oh, we're all here. Nice. Like we're agreeing on a Dallas server. Dallas had some issues for the last 2 days. Hopefully they've been resolved, but we'll see what the players' pings look like. Ripcord always opens links directly in a browser. It'll show the preview, but not play in the app. I mean, that's fine. For the most part, that's what I like to do anyways. So we're gonna get a map pick from Team Ballin for Johnson is gonna be Junction.
Junction.
What she said. Junction is a favorite among the arena players. Nice aesthetic. Well-designed map. Looking at the pings, it looks like Dallas is doing okay. Carnage with 4 ping. He's got that patented Joe Rogan T1 connection. Like he's trading stocks next door. Yeah, Dallas is having some routing issues. It was just Dallas though. Oh, apparently Rain, who we just watched, is a TF2 player. We've seen quite a number of TF2 players, and it's really nice to see they're quite skilled, and especially in the team modes, their awareness is pretty good. Enigma saying Ballin will carry. We're gonna find out. Getting right into it. Azurite and CK John versus Carnage Johnson TV and Ballin for life. Taking the high ground. We got a 2v2 here. Rockets are ready to pop. No splash. Carnage Johnson hitting 3 directs. 1 accidentally on a different player. 4 directs from Carnage. And he's gonna score the first 2 kills of the game, basically. Slight advantage here for the red team. In 2v1, they're trying to chase someone down here. On their last life, Team MCS. Azurite struggling against the double shaft is going to go down as Carnage and Ballin take the first round. Got a weird flicker, but only when I'm spectating some players. 2v2, rockets out. The old rocket into shaft combo. Azurite finds some solid shaft there, but it's still 2 frags advantage for Ballin for Johnson. Their team name is actually much more confusing to say than you would think. Ballin for Johnson. And quick refrag, but they lost a little bit of health there on Azurite, which is going to cost them in the long run. John gets popped up into the air. We're not seeing a lot of Weeble usage so far. I saw Ballin get worked by Fatality. Look at this human shield, human wall on the high ground. Carnage and Ballin have prepared adequately. They are protesting Team MCS with a human wall at the top of the stairs, preventing them from accessing the high ground. Very nice play. Gotta get that body block in. Nice direct nade onto Azurite from Ballin. Nope, that was Carnage Johnson, sorry. Direct nade from Carnage. And they're actually, this is kind of a tough situation. Carnage has more health and armor, more stack, than both the other players combined. But of course, Team MCS have more firepower overall. Azurite missing the pincer shot on a fast-moving Carnage. Carnage missing a couple pincer shots. Nice little peek from Azurite on the flank. And that evens up the stacks a little bit, but both teams are a little scared to commit. MCS falling back. Carnage looking for a pincer shot. He pushes out here with a rocket jump, finds 1 kill, and we're down to a 1v1 with even stacks. Very exciting round here. Nice pincer from Carnage is going to bring him down to 20 health. Oh, but he takes one in return, down to 3 health, and Carnage eats the final rail. John winning the round gets them on the board. We got a 2-1 game here. Starting off on Ballin. First rocket doesn't connect very well, switches to the shaft, which is also not connecting. And now they've got a 2v1 situation on a weak player, which they manage to finish off, and they get 2 kills with no refrag. Ballin for Johnson in the lead this round. Now on the respawn, let's see how it goes. Rocket jump out of the teleporter exit from Carnage is going to be a nice play, and that puts them in a 2v1 situation. And they take round number 4. Azrite rockets himself off the high ground, but he comes back up with a direct. Nice play from Azrite is going to get him 1 kill. Hits another direct, and that's going to help his teammate finish the kill potentially here. John on the high ground, focusing multiple targets. He hits a pincer on the low ground to prevent free damage coming out. And we got a 1v1 situation here with decently even stacks. Slight advantage here for Azrite. Azrite with the rocket jump up is going to run directly into Ballin, but Ballin had shaft out. Took a little too much damage there and is finished off with the pincer shot. Looks like we're starting this round off with a clear 2 1v1s instead of cluster. Azrite getting pushed out and takes way too much damage. This round is looking like it's going to go to Ballin for Johnson, but John cleans up with some shaft, pays with a lot of HP, but at least the life count is even. Azrite fighting alone as John struggles to find his way up the jump pad. Hammer coming out. Ballin himself. A veritable doctor, PhD of disrespect, if you will. I can't say that on Twitch anymore. Wow, that's some height. Ballin hitting the skybox. Comes back down to earth. Hits a couple more directs. Carnage caught with the pincer out is going to take a little bit of shaft damage. And red team here at a slight disadvantage. But a nice pincer shot from Carnage for 69 damage. Grenades coming out. That's how you know you're trying hard. Nice play from Carnage, trying to peek over the wall. Can you fire through it? Remains to be seen. Yes, you can. The metagame being innovated before your eyes. Nice pincer shot from Carnage is going to put Team MCS back on 1 life. Watching Azrite as he tries to clutch in a 1v2 situation. He's got to dodge. They're almost out of nades here, so he doesn't have to worry about that, but the pincer shot is always a concern. Professor No Regard. And that's going to be map number 1 in favor of Carnage and Ballin. 5-2. I think that was 4.5k damage on Ballin in 7 rounds. Just above average. Force QL in the chat asking if there are any new Diabotical players. If you are new and you are checking Diabotical out for the first time, let him know. Force is the organizer of this tournament. Big thanks to him for all of his work put in. And definitely let him know if you like this game and you want to get into this game. He can give you a head start. Can't get the wins if you don't have the skins. Seen surprisingly little shaft openings at the beginning of each round. Zorak is brand new to Diabotical. If you've ever watched him play, it's very obvious. So far the meta seems to be start with rockets, get a nice bounce, get that first initial damage, and then switch to shaft. But it is totally possible to play other strats. You can sit back, go for a pincer shot, but that leaves your teammates vulnerable. You can open up with the shaft from max range. Thank you, Shoplifting, for the sub. Very appreciated. Here we are on Bazaar. Best of 3. Red team is currently up 1-0. We're going to see quick 2 frags onto Team MCS, which are equalized. Slight stack advantage for Ballin and Johnson. 3 times low Weebles. We have now entered the Matrix. And John last alive, but this map is too small for him to 1v2 with that stack. Doing the best he can, but it was decided early on. Good rockets coming out. Ballin with the quicker switch to Shaft is going to capitalize on that engagement, but he actually goes down with some nice rockets there. And a lot of trades coming out. We're down to a 2v1 in favor of MCS. And they are going to seal that deal. Nice call out there for them to focus fire 1 enemy, and they managed to land 2 directs. That is Carnage and Ballin special. They make it look like they're starting in 2 1v1 situations, and then at the last second they switch to the called out target. European players would be very upset. Every time I played Clan Arena on like an EU server, they get mad because I don't play the right position. And I'm like, I want to 2v1 this guy. I'm just an NA player with bad manners. Anyways, got 2 frags quick here for Ballin for Johnson. Looking like a 3rd round on the board for them. Low. Carnage gets caught in the corner, and we're down to a 1v1 situation. Shaft going slightly in favor of Ballin, and Ballin gets the frag. Ballin and Johnson, a family company. Oh dear, that is a quick frag. You hate to see it. Azurite comes back with some damage on the respawn, which is nice, as John tries to hide in the corner. If Azurite hits better Shaft here, he could definitely win it, but it was tough. The angle was just not perfect, and the sun was in his eyes. Azurite looking for the 1v1, still possibly vulnerable to the 2v1 from behind. John manages to nice flick from John with the Shaft from one target to another, and that's going to help them equalize. We got a perfectly tie game with 2 frags out. All the time slow Weebles rolling out. Direct rockets from Azurite are going to actually give him a chance to 1v2 here, and there's the first kill. Gets railed. Oh my god! That was 1 HP on Ballin. Nice play from Azurite as he clutches out that round, keeping Team MCS in it to win it. Pretty even damage coming out. This could be another tie. John goes down. Stacks are pretty even. Target acquisition. Flip-flopping. Carnage in a 1v and a 2v1. He's going to win the round. And that's going to be map number 2. So Ballin and Carnage are going to move on. And Team MCS down into the losers bracket, where they have a chance to fight their way back up for the finals. Well played. If you're keeping track at home, you're playing 2v2 Arena Bingo. Carnage and Ballin are currently the best team that we've spectated. Clip that. Clip what? I forget what you're talking about already, because I have the memory of a goldfish. While we have a minute here, another thanks to the sponsors, Prevail Gaming, who have a couple teams in this tournament. Put out a request for the next game. can't find one, we'll take a look at the brackets real quick. Notice that this is, you guys can't see that. Anyway. Don't have a game yet, let's take a look at the brackets. Goldfish the fish or goldfish crackers? The fish. I have some short-term memory. Crackers don't have any memory. Oliver Johnson moving up into round 3 of the winner's bracket. They're going to play the winner of Weak Bodies versus We Only Aim Train. This is a nice name for a tournament like this. And down in the loser's bracket, we can see all the teams who have lost their first matches. The Forged, Phantom Fury, Team 2, who have named themselves Team 2, MCS We the South, PG3, Phobos Anomaly, Blame Canada, Burning Blossoms, and the Portland Burnsiders in the loser's bracket, waiting to fight their way up. Let's see if we got a game yet. Not quite yet. What do you guys think so far? Is there anything I can do to help you keep up with the action? Because it is much faster than we've seen in other game modes, of course. I believe this game is in progress. Taking a look at Weak Bodies and We Only Aim Train. Players involved are Jake B and Shattered, Soma and Relog. Not familiar with these two players' names, but it's nice to see new names coming out. And if you are a new player, you have good aim and good game sense, you want to practice against some of the best, you can always do !info in the chat. Get more information on upcoming GetCracked tournaments. They plan to be hosting quite a few of them. Is there a free cam for spectators in Diabotical, or is it just first person? Just first person for now. You can expect that there will be a lot of very nice spectator features in the future, considering that the Good Studio has said they are focusing on esports. And this game does have huge esports potential. So we will see things like hotkeys for player POV switching, free cams, perhaps some nice auto follow cameras following power-ups and flag carriers and that stuff. Any game? Any game? We got a game. Hopefully I grabbed the right key here. Mr. Grimm with a much smarter system here for lobby keys. Raul actually playing today for fundamentals, or is he having FPS problems? I'm not sure. I know he's listed as playing. We'll find out. Outline through walls would be nice too. A lot of people have requested that. It's possible. Thank you very much for the sub, Cub.
Junction.
I was confused because I thought I disabled the alerts for the tournament, but I guess on this screen they are still on, and that's okay because we're just chilling. But thank you very much for the sub, helps support me. And we are moving into a game here. Let me not fall behind. Oh no, it's starting already.
2, 1.
Alright. We got two teams who I have to figure out the names of, but we've got Post and Dradic versus Icy, and I'm Skiz. Rocket's coming out on the high ground. Junction. It's going to be trade. Post it, finishing off the second frag. And really be just follow the player around. Roger. Yeah, that seems pretty fair shoplifting. I'll give it a shot, just following one or two people around per round. Let me just quickly... I'm going to leave this on autopilot for a second here as I check the bracket. Alright, so this is Diabotical and Posts are on a team called The Forged. Phantom Fury is the team of Icy and I'm Skiz. The Forged and Phantom Fury. Phantom Fury in blue, The Forged in red. The Forged with a 2-round lead so far. And Icy gonna clean up there with some shaft. A 1v2 on the high ground, but that is not going to cut it, and that's 3 rounds in favor of the Forged. Nice rockets from Diabotical. Really nice direct rocket there from Posted as he's going to clean up with some shaft at the end. That brings us to match point for the first round of the best of 3. Icy on the high ground finds himself a 1v1, waiting for Skit to show up and make it a 2v1, 1v2, 2v1. He's gonna go down. Skiz back on the high ground is hitting nice close range pincer shot, looking to push in on this opponent here. And it actually becomes a 2v1. Nice teamwork there coming out from the blue team. And Diabotical in a good position there to stop the escape. And this is a loser's bracket match, so one of these teams is going to be eliminated. Either Phantom Fury in blue or the Forged in red. Players started the game a little quick before I got in there. They didn't set the team names either. You know, it can happen. Hikem is going to be the second map choice from Team Phantom Fury. And it's going to be standard 2v2 with rockets on the high ground. Diabotical not connecting with those rockets, finally hits a direct, and that's going to be the first kill on the board. Nice kill on the teleporter exit. Probably taking that teleporter was a mistake. Following Diabotical here, who's unable to put grenades through the grate. Catches someone on the jump pad. Almost gets the kill. We've got basically an advantage for the Forged.
Round 2.
And they are going to take the first round on Hikem. I like the changes on this map. It's definitely much better than the pillar in the middle. Diabotical stuck in a 1v2, but he's actually just pushing them back with rockets. Nice nades from Post-it, trying to spam them on the spawn.
Round 3.
And that's going to be a quick second round. Hikem is probably the fastest moving map in the pool for Arena. Except for that one stage in the later section. Skiz hitting some nice rockets there. But taking the jump pad is highly punishable there, and now they are at a 2 life deficit. Two people taking the jump pad is doubly punishable, but somehow they managed to make it work. Big life advantage here for the Forged on red. And last player alive, I'm Skiz, is going to get caught out by the bell.
4.
He is not saved by the bell. In fact, he dies by the bell. A little bit of a more passive position here from Post-it, or Post. And it works out. Diabotical is a survivor. He can be in a 1v2 position and not die, at least in this matchup. Nice little rocket from Diabotical there. And blue team are just getting pushed around. It feels like they're not able to take the position that they want to have. Or they don't know which position they want to have. Looks like this map was changed a little bit too. And looks pretty good. Well thought out changes. Diabotical not connecting the rockets, but doesn't matter. Got a tie game basically in terms of lives. Diabotical taking the teleporter exit, and he's gonna get punished immediately for that, or the 1v2. Also taking the jump pad. Nice rail there from Icy. But, he ultimately goes down, and this is a 1v2 situation, which can only go one way at this point. Icy cleaning it up, putting his team on the board. Phantom Fury, blue team here, hanging on by a thread. If they lose one more round, they are going to be eliminated from the tournament. Oh nice, they also changed the water area on this map. Eating a nade, Icy gets pushed out of the teleporter, and this is a horrible position to be in, I think. But, I mean, we just saw why. Getting spammed with nades, unable to move. Post-it dropping down to his death. And, that's gonna be it. GG. Team The Forged, continuing back through the losers bracket. So that was an interesting game. I could probably grab stick to the winners bracket for the most part, but no links were posted. I grabbed the wrong one, maybe. It was still a good game to watch. Show me the bracket. There we go. Hopefully this game hasn't started yet. If I can get in here real quick. Nice. We are in. Jake B and Shattered versus Ballin and Carnage. Dallas server being requested. Let me see where exactly we are. This is round 3 of the winners bracket. Team Weak Bodies versus Ballin for Johnson.
Junction.
First map's gonna be Junction. Playing on Dallas. Let's check the pings. Pings are good. Carnage's ping has gone down from 4 to 3. Very nice. We'll get right into it here.
2, 1.
Nice rockets from Shattered. He's ultimately going to go down. Jacob with a quick death as well. And that's a big part of Arena. After you get the first kill, getting that 2v1 can be the deciding factor of the round before their teammate respawns. Shattered with some nice damage there. Gives Jake B the potential to come back, but unable to. Did I not full screen the game? Should be. Maybe that message was old, sorry. Carnage with nice rockets there. A direct and a 60. He watches his teammate die right before his eyes. And this round is going in favor of weak bodies. Ballin with a nice rocket from downtown. But look at this flank from Jake B. And a nice little rocket. We're in a 1v1 situation. Stacks are pretty even. Explosive Weeble is going to launch Jake B. Nice rocket there. Wow, the control from Ballin, and that's how you know he's a dual player. Yes, I do follow one player for the most part, but when they die, it switches to someone else as well. So if everyone dies really fast, it can get quite chaotic. One quick death coming out, and already some damage taken from on Shattered. Taking a look at the scoreboards, it's pretty even with Carnage at a damage advantage, but 2 rounds on the board for Ballin, and Carnage. Shep. I'm not sure how you say your name. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome 25 viewers to 2v2 arena tournament. Ballin here with 2 lives, so he has the distinct advantage, but he doesn't want to throw it away. Smart play here from Ballin as he slows down the action. And some nice free shaft as he pushes up the stairs to his death. Can Shattered pull off the clutch here with no armor and a slight health disadvantage? He finds one pincer shot. Took a little bit to line up that shot, and he pays for it. Ultimately, Shattered goes down to Ballin's push. I feel like this section of the map is where everyone tries their hardest. I don't know why, but here comes the shaft. 2v1. Nice shaft is going to put a lot of damage on Carnage, but Ballin rocket jumps back up to help his teammate. And the final trade goes in favor of Ballin. Slight advantage for Carnage and Ballin moving into the second half of this round. Nice rocket from Jacob as he switches targets. But I guess Shattered was already dead. 4 ping is absurd, yes. Nice rockets, nice rockets. Red team overall hitting the better rockets on that initial fight. Carnage getting pretty low. He's going to go down before he hits the pincer shot that he wanted to. And Shattered is trapped in a 1v2 up top. As Jake B was hiding down at the teleporter, trying to preserve his life, but it can be a really tough call in arena. When do you rush in with your teammate? When do you fall back and save your health? Communication is key. And that's going to be a quick 5-0 for Team Ballin and Carnage. Do you guys think they're going to sweep this tourney completely? While we load up Bazaar here, I will see how they have done so far.
Bazaar.
Ballin and Carnage Johnson. Oh wait, they actually got a bye, so they didn't play the first round. They 2-0'd the second round. We are here in the third round, where they potentially could 2-0 one more time. Wow, they spent... That's a fantastic team logo that they made, which I just saw now. You can type !info in the chat if you want to take a look at the bracket and the picture that I'm talking about. Here we are on Bazaar. Second round, it's best of 3. Shattered in the corner. It's not going to get punished for it immediately. Jacob gets pushed down to the low ground. And Carnage getting 2 frags. Shattered with the refrag. Nice damage on the respawn. Launched someone out of the map, question mark. And that's actually going to trade it in their favor. Shattered maybe playing a little passive here. He's going to let his teammate die, which is really unfortunate because they had the advantage. Rocket jump up from Ballin is going to seal the deal. That was almost a win for weak bodies. I think they kind of had it there, but maybe not. That awkward moment when 2 players are trying to shaft each other out of max range. The time slow Weeble's coming out. Jake B is going to take heavy damage because of that time slow. And Ballin lasts alive once again. 2 points in favor of Ballin and Carnage. Decent rockets there coming out for weak bodies. All comes down to this next frag probably. And health is quite low on weak bodies. They have 1 extra life in the bank. Or 2, I should say, but mostly 1. And Jake B with the quick shoddy kill. He's gonna clean up. Nice rockets from Jake B as he manages to splash the 3rd rocket, which is giving him a bit more value. And that's going to be a really nice start to the round for weak bodies. Nice rail from Ballin is going to seal the deal on Jake B's life. Shattered launched into the air, but he adapts and hits that sky pincer shot. Round on the board for weak bodies. We got to tie a game here. Got 2 1v1s at the start of this round. Carnage is going to quickly win his and make the other 1v1 into a 2v1. And that could be the deciding factor right off the bat. As Team Weak Body's struggling to stay in this, and now the high ground is a lot less valuable. There are some ways you can hide and you can get away with a 1v2 situation, but it can be pretty tough. Carnage and Johnson going for a 2v1 there, but they do manage to get it, but it wasn't as clean as they had hoped for. And weak bodies end up with a slight life lead. We're playing in black and white. We've gone back in time. I don't know what happened, but it's fantastic. Nice black and white rocket from Carnage Johnson as he goes through the teleporter and eats a rocket on his way out.
Round 7.
But Ballin cleans up. I like how the HUD stayed colored, but the game went black and white for some reason. Wow, the pop from Ballin is going to lead to a really nice shaft in the air. And a 2nd kill from Ballin as he quickly flicks to a 3rd. He's finding some weak bodies. And he's melting them down. Carnage as well.
Defeat.
And that's going to be 2-0. Well played to Carnage and Ballin as they're going to keep moving on up through the winner's bracket. Nobody wanted to hazard a bet on whether or not they will make it all the way through. Good studio, listen to the weird suggestion to add a filter against the cartoony graphics. It was just an old-timey cartoon. Hello, Bonertron 500. Alright, I haven't missed any important messages, so that's really good. Just waiting on next game to be posted. Let's take a look at the Brax. Give it a quick refresh and I will switch it to night mode. It would be nice if it just remembered that I'm in night mode. So I don't make anyone go blind. This is the game we just watched. Ballin and Johnson are moving up into round 4 of the winner's bracket. As the loser's bracket gets populated, once we get to about here, we're going to be moving down and watching the end of the loser's bracket. One of the teams who got knocked down here will fight their way back up to play the winner of the winner's bracket. And that will be our grand final. Taking a look at the teams that got knocked down already. MCS, we watched their first game. They lost, got knocked down to the loser's bracket, but then they won their loser's bracket game, so they are still in it. The Forged, who we just watched play against Phantom Fury, won their game, and they move up. Blame Canada. Terrence and Phillip themselves still in it. And this team here in particular, 420XX Egg Lord XX69 are still in it. That's going to be Pithy and Goonsky. And we have got a game. I like the pace of this. It's moving pretty quick. Hopefully this game hasn't started. Look at these mega chads in the game, setting the team names. Fantastic work from the players. I'm gonna go back and watch the VOD and write down the name of everyone who set the name of the teams in the lobby, and then PayPal them 1 cheeseburger. Winner's bracket is Carnage / Ballin versus winner of Fundamentals / Prevail IMO. We will see. Hey, just R when you're ready, or wait, who is the highest seed? I think we're 18. Y'all, you're higher. We go back to the bracket and confirm. Portland Burnsiders and Mega Chads. This is losers bracket round 1 game, and Mega Chads are the higher seed, so they get first pick. Junction first map says Segs, and he is from the Mega Chads. I don't know how to say this person's name, so I'm going to say Addison. PayPal allows balance in cheeseburgers? I thought that's what it was for. How do you transfer cheeseburgers? Feeds are posted in the 2v2 info channel in Discord. Oh, sorry. Oh, all the way up here. I didn't see it. I already have like 8 windows open. I'll have to pull it up as needed. First map is going to be Junction. Mega Chads versus Portland Burnsiders. We got Segs and Addison playing on Team Blue. X-Hero and Rain of Light playing on red. And one of these teams will be going home, because they're currently not already home. This is a LAN tournament. It's not actually a LAN tournament. Starting off on the high ground, we got a 1v1. Nice rockets coming out. Goes kind of not in Rain of Light's favor as he's knocked down to 11 HP, but he hits a nice direct rocket before he goes down. We got a couple trades coming out. Pretty even game so far. Addison hitting some nice shaft as he plans to die here and makes the trade happen for his teammate. Rain of Light hitting some nice rockets. Nice direct from Rain of Light as he pushes down on the low ground, and it's a 2v1 situation. Segs finishing it off with some shaft. Oh, it's pinned. Thank you. I will use the pin so I don't have to scroll up.
Fight.
Segs playing the plus back pincer shot. That's what I was talking about. You don't have to start off every arena game with the rockets, you know? If your teammates let you back up, you can back up. And if you have the better sniper eyes, you can win that fight. Segs making it a trade. Pushes up the jump pad, looking to help his teammate win a 2v1 instead of taking a 1v1. And a slight advantage for the Portland Burnsiders. Nades coming up through the jump pad hole. Look at the spam as they're fishing for information. They find 2 players on the right side as X-Hero puts out a decent amount of damage. Nice rocket around the corner from X-Hero. And he pushes in with shaft. He's hitting a decent amount here. It's a 1v1 situation, but the Rockets win as Segs takes it. 2 points on the board for Mega Chads. 1v2. Segs is not afraid of anything, and he manages to finish the kill. Nice target selection there. Addison puts out a decent amount of damage before he dies, but he doesn't manage to get the kill, so a slight life advantage in favor of the Burnsiders. But that gets wiped out immediately as X-Hero was having some trouble getting over the box and the ledge. Nade spam coming out. That's how you know we were playing for real human dollars. Looking for some free damage with a pincer. Uh-oh, I've lost the ability to speak. Nice rockets from Segs. A little bit of shaft there. Icing on the cake. And let's see if he can bake this cake. In fact, Addison does it for him with a pincer shot to finish it off. That's 3 rounds on the board. Segs not connecting with the rockets, decides to switch to Shaft. Addison manages to hold his own though. Nice direct rocket there from Segs. And they are at a slight life advantage. Nice Shaft as well from Segs. And it is all up to X-Hero here in a 1v2 situation. He got pushed out, but nice direct and a nice 80 damage rail. Twigs, exclamation mark info in the chat if you can for the bracket. Nice rockets from Segs. He controls that situation really well. Now he's looking for the 2v1, but it's a little too late. Rocket jump up from Rain of Light is going to actually pay off. And he almost gets 2 kills there for it. Addison cleaning up with some rockets. And that's going to be it. 5 on the board. Really nice play from the Mega Chads. They've only won 1. It's a best of 3. Currently they're just Chads. They've got to earn that Mega Chadness. Human money. I thought cheeseburgers were at stake. Human money is cheeseburgers. What are you talking about, Corknet? What do you pay people with if you don't pay people with cheeseburgers? That's not as funny as I had hoped. Money can be converted into cheeseburgers. Yes. And also the other way around. Many restaurants do that as well. So that means they're equivalent, right? So we've proven that money and cheeseburgers are the same thing. What happened here? Uh-oh. Gotta figure it out and see what's happening. Did I miss something? Were they reconnecting or something? Nope. I think they just left straight up. Check the lobby. They're still here. Quickly now, hit them with the Portlandia memes. Never watched it, I'm gonna be honest. They're saying it's glitched. Losers bracket is not best of 1. I think because arena mode goes by pretty quickly overall. So best of 3 across the board throughout the tournament. Information posted there, as you can see. What happened here? I think leave lobby. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have left the lobby. Segs in the chat says we're in lobby. We're all in the lobby. Alright, what's your map pick? Oh no, they're not here. Rain of Light and X-Hero. I guess they said Bazaar somewhere. Man, I've got like 4 chats going on. You got Twitch, you got Discord, you got DMs, you got in-game. It's crazy. But we're back. This will be round 2. 1 round advantage for the Mega Chads, which are going to be the blue team. Nice, it didn't get switched.
Game starts in
Map number 2. Ooh, excuse me. It's going to be Bazaar. X-Hero trying to find position here. Switches it up at the last second. And that's 2v1. Blocked by a couple of sheets hanging on the wall. He's unable to find a target, and he does almost no damage before he goes down. Rain of Light, though, is compensating. Look at these rockets coming out. Rocket versus Shaft. Rabbit versus Dove. Waiting for the respawn. Delaying his respawn a little bit. But, can't save you at that point. That was kind of just a bad start, I feel, for the round. X-Hero got launched up and then he couldn't see the targets. Looks like it's a clear 2v1 here. That feel when you get 2v1 off the bat. Rain of Light goes down. And big advantage here for Mega Chads. Waiting for that last respawn. Doing some sweet 360s. It's gonna be 2 more rounds on the board for Mega Chads. Wow, Addison goes down. We got a tie round. 1-1. Rain of Light gets caught out in a 2v1. Goes down. X-Hero follows suit soon after. And that's about as close as you can get for the start of a round. All players holding hands. And that actually goes entirely in the favor of Mega Chads as they continue the ownage, continuing the 2v1s. That was a clean round for Mega Chads. Nice pincer shot. Just to flex the end of round. Oh no. Trapped in the back hallway. Another round for Mega Chads, starting off super well. You can tell they've been practicing that the start of round looks very chaotic, but actually it's quite sensible most of the time if you practice it. 3.5k damage in 5 rounds from Segs. As X-Hero struggled a little bit there to find the kills. He only got 1 in those 5 rounds. But well played, both teams overall. Thank you, Dare Hoden Man, for the follow. Coffin Rock, Butcher. Hi, Butcher. And again, thank you to Shep, for the raid earlier. Kind of glad this is going by pretty quickly because being the genius that I am, I didn't eat anything today yet. Take a look at the bracket again. We just watched this game here, so Mega Chads will be continuing through. Thank you very much for the follow clip. And Mega Chads will be playing Blame Canada in the second round of the losers bracket. Potentially we can get one of these matches up here. Why doesn't float the desk? It does. It does float the desk. No? It does. So some try-hard games from the upper bracket. I am trying to get those keys, but problem is we gotta keep it moving, and as soon as I grab a key that's not in like the upper bracket rotation, I am out of sync basically, and then it's hard to get back up into the upper bracket. But either way, we're gonna get there, and as teams get eliminated, we're gonna be spectating better teams every time. So the games get better and better and better as time goes on. Should be a thing that people eating this game have to eat eggs during the cast. I don't know if I could enforce that, but I do suggest that people eat eggs overall. Float good, floaty, so poorly. Wow, Bobo, you're so critical, dude. Your desk is probably touching the ground right now. Yeah, we got no game up at the moment, but there should be a few coming now, says Force. Prevail and Friends down in the losers bracket. Up here, oh, Fundamentals beat Prevail and Friends and knocked them down. Am I still on the right scene? I guess Raul did play. They had no sub here. Airbucks and Drug Bud. Yesterday when I checked, Davis was listed. So, I was excited to see Davis play with Airbucks. I guess can't win them all. Maybe something came up. Imagine being a ground desk pleb. They need to let people join and spectate. Already created lobby. True, I didn't even consider that, but if you could join and spectate a game mid-match, that might be nice. Too Good heard you liked eggs, so he's making you eat eggs while you watch eggs kill other eggs. That's the most eggs you could jam into that sentence, probably. We got a game. Let's join it. Nice, we got team name set. We are ready to go. And like first map's gonna be Barrow's Gate, which is nice. We haven't seen it yet. We've got Prevail and Friends, Airbucks and Drug Bud versus MCS, who we've seen so far already. They got knocked out in the first game that I spectated, which is Azurite and John. The announcer correcting me, it's Barrow's Gate, not Barrow's Gate. Thank you. John saying drugs with an apostrophe S. Oh, drugs, my boy Drug Bud, got it. Yeah, so we got Airbucks, Drug Bud versus Azurite and John. Place your bets. Barrow's Gate. I'm gonna maybe switch up the music a little bit here. As we wait for this game to start. Airbucks confirming that Davis did drop out. Hate to see it. So I'm betting all on T. T would have to be the red team, I guess. Just based on the colors, because CTs are always blue. Starting off on Azurite. Rocket's coming out, but the shaft gets switched to immediately, and trades coming out. It's a full trade, even on both teams. Slight HP advantage now for Prevail. As it looks like they're cleaning up here. 1 life left on MCS, and the shaft is too strong. They were about to run out of shaft ammo at that point. Round 2, a nice rework of this map. Makes it a lot less weird on the outside. Drug Bud hitting a nice combo is going to get away with like half his armor. Really nice play from Jug Bud there. That shaft looked really good, but it also just somehow wasn't. Airbuck struggling to hit this pincer shot. Throwing the time slow, hitting the pincer. Oh, but he got time slowed himself. Stepping out of it, he finds one. Finds another shot. And that one would have connected as well. Where's the respawn? Finds a third. Maybe could have pushed in with Shaft there. But it ends up being a trade between John and Drugbud. High ground taken by Prevail. Drugbud rushes in, using his body as a weapon. Airbucks falls down and gets stuck halfway up the jump pad, switches to a grenade and still hits the shot. Adapt, improvise, overcome. Look at him chilling down here. Lower ground, just hitting pincers all day. Rocket jumps out. He's got a huge life advantage for this 1v1. Checking out Azurite's perspective on the high ground, who only has 65 health. Eats the nade from downtown. Sorry, I bumped my mic. Airbucks gets rocketed into the wall. Hits a nice amount of damage though. Rocket jumps back up to finish off the kill. And hits a decent amount of shaft, plus another pincer shot on top of that. Nice little blaster usage. Full weapon comfort range. He's taking the jump pad up, shotgun out. Drugbud finishes it off with a pincer shot. Starting up on John here. Opting for the two 1v1s. Both Prevail players get stacked up on each other, so they take a little bit extra splash damage, and we've almost got a full reset here. Airbuck's unable to do any damage before he goes down, so it was a full reset, but huge damage on the respawn from Prevail. Drugbud goes down, and it's a 1v1 again, but Airbucks has the stack, so Shaft is probably not the optimal choice. But wow, that was actually much closer than you would expect. John voting Bazaar for map 2. J Cheeseburger in the chat says, are you using me as currency? Starting off on Bazaar here. John and Azurite pushing for the 2v1. They're not going to find it. As Drugbud rocket jumps out. Sorry, that's Airbucks, the clown nose. Those nades do connect. He manages to hit a direct nade. John, nice nade. 2v1 situation, but the stack advantage in favor of Drugbud. He gets pincer shot. It's a very close round. Very low health. Oh no, Azurite, with the pincer as his weapon choice, is going to lose to the machine gun, which is the correct choice for that level of HP. 2v1 coming out here. Somehow goes the other way. Nice shaft from Airbucks. Cleaning up. But now they're getting 2v1. Azurite.
Round 3.
Everyone going with rockets out first. No one's playing off the meta. And the first 2 kills are going to go to Prevail. Nice control from Drugbud. You can see he takes notes from Airbucks with those plus back nades. Very controlled play. Azurite with a decently nice push there. Goes aggro on the teleporter exit. And that's going to cost him. Two 1v1s. Wow, a mirror rocket fight between Airbucks. Nice pincer shot on his way down. Nice second one to clean up. Here comes the 2v1 with Shaft, and that's going to put them on 1 life. Team MCS, as he's trapped in the corner, tries to rocket jump out. Grenades are not the correct choice there, Aerobucks, actually. But you can never fault someone for using grenades, because they're the best weapon in the game. And Airbucks cleaning up with the shotgun. Oh my god, eggs on a cheeseburger? Yes, so good. Airbucks with the checkmate rockets. Pushing John into the nook, but actually John manages to get the kill in the end. Lives are even, but this round might go in favor of MCS as Aerobucks is trapped in the back halls and he goes down. 1 round on the board for MCS. They are trying to make the comeback. Azrite almost connects that 3rd rail. Switches to the pincer a little bit too early and gets punished for it with the shaft. Airbucks going for the nades. He knows I'm watching and he knows I'm a huge fan of nades. I would bet. I mean, he uses nades a lot anyways, but he's doing it for your boy. Pretty standard opener here. Rocket jumps on the top of the stairs. Continuing with the rockets, John tries to fight the shaft, but just doesn't connect enough damage. Airbucks trying to shaft through the implosion Weeble graphic, but actually can't quite see through it. And John cleans up both players. They've got 3 rounds on the board right now in a row. Is this the comeback? John with some nice rockets. They were actually so nice that he couldn't hit the 3rd one because the pop was too perfect. And life advantage in favor of Prevail now. Aerobucks on 18 health, looking to do as much damage as he can before he dies. And he does a decent amount, but he's in a 1v2 situation now. As John and Azurite take the high ground. But Aerobucks says, I have the even higher ground. Hits a very nice rocket from up top. Rocket jump up from Azurite. He's going to knock Aerobucks off the top. Stacks are very close right now. Azurite chipping a little bit more. 60 damage from a rocket. Azurite is looking to close this out. Misses the pincer shot. Waiting on the teleport. Spamming. The nerves are very high. Both players very sweaty. 26 health on Azurite. Hedging his bets. He dodges a pincer shot with a rocket jump. Oh my god, he saw him. The spam is just not going to cut it. Teleporter with the blaster. Aerobucks cleans up. Prevail are going to move on. That was a very nice last round, actually, the way that played out. I liked it. Liked it a lot. Was that map number 2? I forget.
Junction.
Let's see if everyone leaves. I'll just have to leave last. Oh yeah, they played Barrow's Gate first. Yep. So they're going to continue on. Well played to Prevail. I still think that Carnage and Ballin look a little bit stronger. They look like they've practiced Arena a little bit more. But definitely would be nice to see Prevail play against them later on. Let's see if I do have a stream delay. Okay. So just so you guys know, I do have a stream delay, so my responses to chat might be a little bit slow. I thought I turned it off because you don't really need a stream delay for arena mode. I was gonna do like 3 seconds delay, just to be sure. But I do have a full over 20-second delay. So I apologize for that because it's not necessary, but it's not the end of the world. I thought that was a loser's bracket game. Let's check right now. That was a loser's bracket game. So Team MCS are out. Prevail and Friends move on in the losers bracket. And Ballin' for Johnson actually lost a game in the winners bracket. So they are down in the losers bracket. And they are on the track to play the winner of Prevail versus Edgy Children or The Forged. So this got quite interesting very quick. Ballin' for Johnson got knocked down to the losers bracket. Why am I not showing it? By Quake Bro League, Dramas, and Chain. I somehow missed that this team was even playing. Maybe they were a late registration. But of course, you know these players. And you want to follow these players. Their Twitches are linked on the tournament page, so you can go check those out. But Quake Bro League are currently in the winners bracket as they knocked out Ballin' for Johnson here. Let me go to night mode real quick. 2-0. They're in the winners bracket final, waiting to play Fundamentals or 420 Egg Lord 69. Very great title. Waiting for a key to be posted here. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Nothing posted yet. Yeah, so if you guys are here now and you didn't catch the tournament yesterday, there's a VOD posted. You can watch it here. You can also watch it on twitch.tv/conx5, CONX5. If you prefer his casting, we co-cast the finals, the later matches of the tournament. But he was also streaming on his Twitch. So go give him a follow and check out his VODs as well. We're going to upload them to YouTube. The games yesterday were really fun. It was a 3-mode tournament: MacGuffin, Wipeout, and Extinction. And it was quite fun to watch. Team Liquid ended up winning. Spoiler alert. It was Waz, Rafa, and Dahang. A lot of people were very excited to see Rafa playing in a tournament for Diabotical. I know I was as well. But to be totally fair, Dahang was the one who totally destroyed for the most of those games, especially the ones that I got to catch at the end. I think Dahang has been playing Diabotical a little bit more. But hopefully they're all enjoying the game very much because it is quite a good game. And we have a game to watch here. Weak Bodies, a team that we know. We already spectated. And since we've got a minute as well, another shout out to the sponsors. Thank you to Prevail Gaming for sponsoring the tournament and contributing to the prize pool. Along with other donators, we got Azurite, Lady Drac, Milan, Blind Light, and Dradic. A couple of those donators are also playing in the tournament, aside from Prevail Gaming as well. But definitely follow Prevail Gaming. They've got a lot of great players for Arena FPS, and that I know of. There might be other genres that they're involved in and stuff. And definitely team to watch. We're finally seeing Blame Canada. It's going to be Relapse and Obviously, but on the tournament page they registered as Terrence and Philip, a reference to South Park.
Bizarre.
think I have to leave this game.
Game starts in 3, 2, 1.
I joined it too quick, and if I watch that one, then we're gonna miss the winners bracket finals. I'm being told that I should join that one. So, a couple more minutes here, and then we're gonna be in the winners bracket finals, which we do not want to miss. Of course. The Hangs 1v3. There were at least 3 things in the tournament yesterday that I wanted to clip. I couldn't do it at the time. And nobody else did, and now they're lost forever. I gotta go watch the VODs. How do I become pro in Diabotical? I'm really new. Oops. I'm really new, and I'm bronze 3 in 1v1 AIM Arena. There are many things you can do to become pro in Diabotical. The first one, obviously, is play more. That's how you get good at anything. You just gotta practice. But also, you can check out YouTube videos and information on stuff. Twitch.tv/Y2Jake. Like the letter Y, the number 2, Jake. He's been focusing on helping new players get into it. He's a new player himself, but he has a good understanding of Arena FPS. And he's got a YouTube channel linked there where he has a lot of helpful videos. Soam, who is in the chat right now, made a strafe jumping tutorial, which is on YouTube, if he wants to link that. Otherwise, you can find it on the subreddit. Nice rainbow crotch. I looked at my own crotch. I forgot I put that sticker there. I was like, why can you see my crotch and why is it rainbow? Preynex17. Aside from everything we just said, if you want to get better, I think the best way is to watch my channel all the time. You should also follow and subscribe. But I do like to help new players as well. Definitely check out the video that Soam posted there, unless text-to-speech bothers you. Do the drapes match the carpet? Oh, you're Agbo. Nice try, Broken Symmetry. I'm slow, but I'm not that slow. I am playing this game with mono audio, though. Just kidding. They've shortened the team name to 420 instead of 420XX. Egg Lords XX69. We're gonna have fundamentals, which is Raul and All Mental versus Dramas and DXT, maybe? No, Dramas and Chain, right? No? They haven't changed the names. This is gonna be Quake Bro League, Dramas and the Chain. Ignore anyone who talks smack in this game. They're invalid. Most experienced players will want you to grow and become better. That's true in any game, of course. Why did this game just start with... Yeah, definitely keep your attitude positive if you can. That goes for anything. If you want to get good at it, you got to stay positive. So don't get too hard on yourself if you're not doing well. Everyone starts somewhere. And also, don't take anything anyone says seriously if they're trash talking and stuff, because they're not doing that because you're bad. They're doing that because they're mad, right? The two things are totally separate. And it's a human thing. It's pretty natural. People, you know, they get upset. They need to vent their frustration. It happens. So you just have to ignore it and it's fine. And that is for Preynex17 in the chat. Aimer7's tweet. I did not see Aimer7's tweet. I also don't know who Aimer7 is. Force, if you can hear me right now, if you got the stream open, Raoul started the match with just Dramas in here, and the team names are incorrect, and Chain just joined, so we're gonna need a full restart. Nicely said. I don't remember what you're referring to, but everything I say is nice, so you're absolutely right. VF player. Someone was talking about VF Serious last night on my stream. Don't remember. It's really nice to see all these players coming in from different games as well. I just want to make sure this is getting resolved. I think for the semifinals and the finals, we could probably be making the lobbies as the streamers or the admins. Otherwise, there are so many games that the players have been making the lobbies, but the problem is the players don't know what they're doing. Hi, Buttons. Yeah. The problem is, people don't give things enough time. That's really what it comes down to. They don't give themselves enough time to get better. They don't give the game enough time to get better. They don't give their... You make a snap decision about something, and then...
Bizarre. Bizarre.
They got the team name wrong, but it's better than nothing. We've got Team Fundamentals with All Mental and Raoul versus QBL, the Quake Bro League, Dramas and Chain with a B. Starting off right away on All Mental. First map is going to be Bazaar. And we've got potentially two 1v1s. No 2v2 cheese here. All Mental hitting some nice rockets, switching the shaft, but he gets melted down by a quick target switch there. A lot of trades coming out. And actually, this is going in favor of QBL. Nice rockets from Chain. 3 rockets in a row, bouncing them around. Killed on the teleporter exit. Raoul goes down, and the first round goes to QBL. Dramas and Chain. Damage pretty even across the board. Chain taking the low ground. He says, I don't want to be up there with you guys. And he goes straight for the shaft. Hits a decent amount. Switches to rockets for the finish. And he finishes off the second target as well. And now we're looking at multiple 2v1 situations as the players respawn. 1v1. Raoul versus Dramas. Sorry, that was Chain. A little bit confusing when the players don't have an avatar set at the top, but if you were a streamer, you can go set your own avatar and get a drop. And if you're watching my stream right now, you can get my icon as an avatar drop. All Mental gets 2v1 in the corner, but Raoul cleans up. Time slow Weebles come out. And with the amount of shaft going on right now, the time slow is brutal. Nice direct rocket from Raoul as he hits a pincer shot on the fadeaway. 1v1 situation now. Dramas is on the back foot. He's got less of a stack, but he eats a rocket on the teleporter exit. Nice play there from Raoul. Teleporter shenanigans. Raoul's gonna come out on top, and that's 2-1 for Fundamentals as the Quake Bro League are looking to make the comeback. One trade coming out. Even trade. Chain, as the life leader for Red Team, takes a bit of damage. Now a slight advantage for Fundamentals, but big damage coming out on Raoul. Gonna remove that advantage. 1v2 situation, huge advantage here for All Mental. switching over to him. He's got a 1v2 on his hands, but he took so much damage there. He gets 1 kill, but he rocket jumped a little too high, Icarus, and he eats the pincer shot. Tie game on our hands. Dramus sitting back, hitting the pincers. Very nice play. And he goes for the push. Trying to help his team. He almost gets a collateral pincer shot there, I think. All mental. On the high ground. 1v2 situation. They're going to clean up. And the 5th round is going to go to fundamentals as they take the lead here. This is the winner's bracket finals. All shaft all the time here. The start of this round. And Chain is going to be the first to go down. Pretty even stacks now. As the lives get reset, fundamentals at a slight disadvantage. Chain trying to stop the rocket jump craziness from happening with the shaft. He's playing a very safe position here, but now he's going for a push. He cleans it up, and it's a 1v1 situation. Stacks are even. Shaft versus pincer. More damage from Chain put out there. And he pushes in with the shaft. A little bit risky. He can't finish the kill. Maximum range, he finds it. Nice job to Chain, tying it up again. Everyone on the high ground. Chain goes back to his low ground position, very nice. And he finds a lot of shaft damage, but of course it's equalized as the other 2 opponents were shafting Dramus at the same time. And so far the stacks are advantage in favor of QBL. And it's a 1v1, but the time slow Weevil is owning Raul there in the shaft versus shaft fight. This is stressful, says Cheeseburger. Not at all. They're having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Chain switching targets. Hits 1 damage, 1 rocket on each. And trades coming out. Big advantage here for fundamentals. We're going to see maybe a 4-4 tie. As Dramus had 1 health there. He finally goes down. Spawns in probably the best spawn he could have gotten. And now he still has a 1v1. But Dramus at the life disadvantage. He's hitting some nice chip damage. But I'm getting a little worried for him here in this 1v1. Implosion Weevil works in his favor. But it's not enough. I believe it's still first to 5 points for fundamentals. So yeah, that's best of 9. Had to do the math there. So far fundamentals are kind of owning it here. They're just putting out more damage overall. They're not doing anything crazy strategic. They're just putting out more damage. And they are going to win the first map of this best of 3. Nice job to fundamentals. And maybe I'll turn the music off just now that we're getting closer to the finals. Before we were chilling, but now the robot guts are spilling. Bell's out.
Game starts in 3.
Hikem is going to be our second map. Love to see Hikem. Especially the reworks. Chain connects 2 rockets before he goes down, but that's unfortunately usually not going to be enough. You need to hit 3 or 4 rockets to be on average or above average. All mental. Controlling the teleporter exit. Raul goes down and they lose their high ground advantage. Now QBL is at a slight advantage here, but it's a 2v1 situation. That's kind of a tough spawn to get there if you're Dramus, and he's going to go down. There's no real way out there. If he took the jump pad, it would not succeed. Or he would get caught in the air, sorry. Chain opting for the close range shaft. And he put out a decent amount of damage on both players, so there's a potential comeback here. As he is flicking around, getting the kills. Nice direct rockets, the slow Weebles come out. We got a 1v1 situation. Chain is on the low ground, maybe a little disadvantageous. He's getting pushed by Shaft. Hit 39 rocket. 37 rocket. 15. Oh, it's super close. Both players have super low HP. They're in shotgun range. Shotgun is the weapon choice right now if you are a new player. Nice try there from Chain. He backed himself into a corner and could not dodge the splash. 2 rounds up for Fundamentals, who won the first map. And then again, this is best of 3, so if they win Hikem, they're going to be moving on, and QBL will be knocked down to the losers bracket, where they still have a chance to come back. All Mental, hitting some nice damage on a rocket jump. Life advantage in favor of QBL. Failed rocket jump there. Is going to be punished immediately by Dramas as he controls the high ground solo. But eventually Fundamentals turn the round around, and it's a 2v1 situation with a life disadvantage for Fundamentals. Almost hits a pincer shot. He really needed that to connect. And there's going to be a last life. Raul looking desperately for any free damage. Hit through the bell. Thank you very much, Force, for supporting the new community in the chat. And Klept, congratulations on winning a starter pack. I'm not sure if it's called the starter pack, but we got an even trade coming out here on this round. All Mental pushing with Shaft, ignoring the person directly behind him. He hits a lot of Shaft damage, but it's all up to Raul, who finds 1 kill, finds a 2nd kill. Can he get the last one? Oh wow, what a direct rocket through the woodwork. Nice rail coming out there. That was still a very nice rocket from Raul, like probably easily the best rocket we've seen in this tournament so far. Crazy. Someone clip it. Oh no, Raul got knocked off the map. Big rockets coming out for Raul though. He's mad that he just got booped and bonked. Almost gets knocked off again, but he clips himself on the wood platform. Catches Dramas on the jump pad. But look at the HP there on QBL. Chain going for the Hail Mary rocket on the air target, but a 2 life advantage for Fundamentals on this round. We might be seeing a 3-to-3 game. Implosion Weeble. Very effectively used by Dramas as he hits an ongoing 70% shaft on that target who is unable to move. Weeble usage metagame is still growing and evolving, but that was very nice use of it. Probably the Implosion one is the one we see the least effective use out of, except for Messick in that one tournament where he did some real crazy stuff with it. That was a quick round in favor of QBL. I didn't follow it at all. Hope you guys caught it. High ground fight, 2v2. Raul on the back window area. And it looks like Fundamentals are going to win the high ground fight after all. Jump pad being punished here by Raul. And we've got a tie round again. Full reset. Slow Weeble's coming out. All Mental misses his a little bit, and he's going to take more damage as a result. Almost hits that rocket to save himself. And it's all up to Raul on low health. He goes down. And QBL wins map number 2. So we are going to have a 3rd map. Chosen by Fundamentals.
Junction.
And yeah, I don't mind if you guys advertise other streams and stuff in my Twitch chat, especially if they are helping new players learn the game. There are a lot of streamers out there who are really focusing on helping promote the game, help new players get into it, because sure, It's a tough game, but it's very rewarding. You're gonna have a great time when you play it. That's why everyone loves it so much for so many years now. All you gotta do is give it a shot, stick to it, and here we go. And this is the tiebreaker round in this best of 3. Chain is the first to go down, and that's Chain is the first to get a kill, and that's 2 kills on the board for QBL. Slight life advantage here. This map is Junction, by the way. Yeah, now it's a 2v1 situation.
Round 2.
And they're going to get the trade, Chain and Elemental, but the trade is in favor of the team that has 2 players alive. Ooh, nice try there from Dramas, but the last rocket didn't connect. It was a little bit of a gamble as they push out into the lower area. Nice rail from Chain as he gets 2 kills with pincer shots there. Elemental trying to stop them from pushing up on the left. Decent shaft damage is going to connect, and that's going to be a quick
Round 3.
round 2. High ground. Excuse me, already controlled by QBL. And Dramas finishes the kill that he started. That's going to be 2 kills on the board for QBL. Big advantage going into this round. Chain hitting a direct rocket before he goes down is going to give them the stack advantage as they move forward into the round. Dramas with a very cheeky little peek there around the corner where someone is spamming. This is a man who lives on the edge. And that's going to be 2 more kills on the board. Really strong round from QBL as they come out with over 1 full stack. 2v1 from QBL is going to lead to a really quick frag, and that's got to be tough. Nice little rocket jump from Dramas through the crack. It's going to be a good surprise attack. Raul about to die, and he doesn't want to leave his teammate alone here. It's a 1v1 situation. Raul with only 19 health and no armor. Takes the teleporter just in time to survive, but he's trapped up in the corner at the teleporter exit. And that's 3 rounds on the board for QBL. This is the tiebreaker map. Winner goes on, loser drops to the loser's bracket. And this is the winner's bracket final. Big trades coming out. And Dramas is caught in the corner. Goes down very close HP, but Elemental has 2 lives on the board. So Elemental with some strange positioning here. Gets caught out unaware, and he's taken so much damage. He did a little bit of damage there. But on the other hand, Raul was doing some serious damage to his opponent. And now we're in a 2v1 situation with Dramas. He gets 1 kill. It would be very unlikely for him to win this, but it's totally possible. And Raul takes it as expected. We've got a tie game. This map is Junction. It's got various... Each map in Arena has different sections, and you play a different section each round. But it's all part of the same map. Everyone's super low health, but so far no one has died. Dramas is the first to go down, and the advantage goes in favor of Fundamentals. But it was quickly taken away by QBL. And 1 life left. Let's switch over to Dramas, who's left alone here. He's got a 1v2. Can he do it? That rocket only connected for 10 damage, which is unfortunate. But it was a nice try from Dramas. (2v2) on the high ground. Big rocket splash coming out. And Elemental takes way too much damage there. Nice pincer shot on Dramas, but Dramas had very low health. Nice direct rocket from Raul is going to even out the stacks a little bit. And left last alive, it's Chain in a 1v2. There's no way he can win this, is there? Raul had 1 more life on top of that, so that's gonna be it. Fundamentals moving on, and QBL knocked down to the lower bracket. Yes, great game. I'm surprised actually to see players missing a lot of shots at the start of rounds. You know, that's when it's the most important. You're gonna like usually if you start with rockets out, you hit that first rocket, but you know you're gonna get bounced. So the most important part is the second rocket. You got to adjust and hit that second rocket. If you do, you're probably in a good position. And so it's very strange to see such really great players missing, you know, 2 or 3 rockets, doing very little damage with them. It's probably also a testament to the other good players who are dodging effectively. But not criticizing, very well played. I'm a little surprised. Let's take a look at the bracket real quick, as it has been a while, and we have very new results. This is the match we just watched, Fundamentals versus Quake Bro League. Fundamentals moving on. Quake Bro League is going to be knocked down here to the losers bracket final, where they have a chance to come back. One more chance. If they win this game, they come back and get a revenge grudge match against Fundamentals. But because they've lost already and they're coming from the losers bracket, if they win this grand final, they have to play again and win a second one. If Fundamentals win this grand final, they will just take the whole tournament themselves because they haven't lost and gone down to the losers bracket. So yes, this is the game we just watched. 2-1 for Fundamentals. Congratulations. And Chain is another Canadian, fellow Canadian. I'm not sure about Jamas, but yeah, we saw Chain playing in yesterday's tournament, I think. I haven't slept much either, so if I say something incorrect, you're gonna have to cut me a break. And I've got word that there should be a match starting soon. Yeah, so just to catch up on chat a little bit there. The tips for new players. There are a lot of streams that are helping new players out. And it's just a matter of finding them. And then once you do, help support the streamers and they'll help support you get better as well. There are a couple of good discords. Diabotical District is one of them. GetCracked. Everyone in here is friendly and would love to help you out if you have any questions. So I'm saying too much egg, not enough egg. Very true, very true. Mr. Graham streaming Prevail versus Fallen and Carnage Johnson. J Cheeseburger saying, I hate all. I hate all. All things. Phantom Snake, thank you for the follow. Praynex17, thank you for the follow as well. And Starvey Jarvey, thank you for the follow. Not sure why that one showed up on my phone, but not. You hate all the egg puns. You gotta. I mean, they're okay. Team Raul, Team All Mental, Team Fundamental. Hashtag hello. Welcome, Esteem. I could go for some fried eggs right now. Yeah, you know how... Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. So, it's like, that's the first thing I'm doing after this tournament is I'm gonna make some eggs, honestly. Because I haven't had breakfast. I just made coffee. And, I went for half decaf because arena mode is fast paced. So if I went full caffeine, you know, the game wouldn't be keeping up with me at that point. We're just waiting for another game here. We're gonna have let me just make sure. I think it'll be, there's actually 3 or 4 more games waiting in the losers bracket. Then we've got losers bracket final, and then we've got the grand final. And if QBL win the grand final, then there will be a second best of 3 because they're coming up from the losers bracket. Yeah, so I hope everyone's enjoyed so far. Actually, you know what? Nice set, says R. Bert. Thank you very much. Now that it's less laggy, it's a little bit more impressive. I wonder if I could even do this. Get that in there. Let me know if my frames die again. See if we can take a quick break now, and that way we don't have to take a break between now and the grand finals, but it depends where the games are at. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for being patient as we wait for more matches to come up. And yes, if you want more information about this tournament, you can do !info in the chat. I'll throw you a link. You can enter future tournaments for GetCracked. They plan to be hosting a lot. Also make sure you go to twitch.tv/conx5, CONX5. He's the other main caster for this tournament, and he has VODs and stuff as well. So if I miss any games, they're going to be on his channel. If he misses any games, they're going to be on my channel. You can catch them that way. He's a great caster, and I had a lot of fun co-casting with him last night. Hopefully I'll get to do it again in future tournaments. I think he is unable to make this tournament, but I haven't even looked really. I loosely follow the Discord. I usually assume that if I'm co-casting with someone, someone will tell me. I just like to sit here and do nothing. It'd be good to have one GetCracked stream with all the casters. Yeah, I think that's the plan long term. But at the same time, you know, casters, pretty much everyone in this tournament format, because it's a community tournament, is let me type the full thing. Everyone involved in this tournament is doing it for free. Also, yes, sorry, Mr. Grimm, but his Twitch is spelt with an R and an N instead of an M. Twitch.tv/Mr. Grimm. If you want to catch one of the matches that's going on from this tournament right now, you can head on over to his channel, give him a follow as well. Also, twitch.tv/CXT_ is casting. So, yeah, I was about to say, the reason we have so many streamers is because this is a community-run tournament. You know, everyone's doing like volunteer streaming and stuff, and there are a lot of matches, so we're kind of letting everyone have a piece of that. And then also, because the streamers are doing it for free, at least they get some attention to their stream. So I am very grateful for all the follows and subs and stuff so far. And I think all of the streamers would be happy to be involved in a single stream, like if there was a GetCracked single stream situation. But then it's tough because you also don't really, like, unless you get paid for it and stuff. But that might also be a possibility in the future too. Malefus TW, thank you for the follow. Make sure you guys are following all our streams. Yes, of course. I just tried to follow, or just tried to mention Mr. Grimm, CXT, ConX5, and me And a bunch of people left, so that's good. They went over to their channels to check them out. If I missed anyone, please shout them out in the chat. Hello, Red Banana Republic. Welcome back. You've been gone for a few months, and you've missed out on a lot of Diabotical and casting and stuff, so you're probably very surprised that I have more than 3 viewers. Welcome back. I think... Oh, Force did say you should take a break. Thank you very much for the sub, Red Banana Republic. Glad to see you back. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break since we're waiting for the next game. And as mentioned, you can catch some of the games that are going on right now on the other channels. But I will be casting all of the final matches of this tournament. So if you wanted to come back here, I can't complain about that. I just realized that the Prevail helmet in the bottom right is above the text. And I meant to do it like this, but maybe this should be like up here instead. Who knows? Anyways, glad you're doing good on yourself. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. A few months. Well, I mean, I lost track of time because I've been playing Diabotical. So 2 months, 5 months, it's all the same thing. I will be right back in 2 minutes, and hopefully we'll have a game. Stick around. Thank you, guys. See you in a sec. I am back. I'm back. Are we back? We are back. And I have a key. We have a game coming up right now. Hope you guys are all here. Bit of an echo though. Oh, sorry, maybe my headphones were not on my head. And
Bizarre.
I don't know what happened. Is it still echoing? We hopped in the game real quick here, but we got Blame Canada versus Brainless. This is a losers bracket round 4 game. And winner of this will face Team 420. No echo. It's fine. Might be you, Go Zenith. Also, hi and welcome. Long time no see. And again, just to remind you guys, I accidentally have a stream delay on. I didn't mean to have a stream delay. Because you don't really need to have a stream delay for Arena too much. I was going to do like 3-second delay, but instead I left the delay on from the tournament yesterday. So there is a little bit of a delay. So if I take too long to respond to the chat, we're just in warm-up here. We've got Relapse and Obviously versus Zelfer and Ben. Of course, Quake players, I think, if this is the Ben that I'm thinking of, we know Ben. We got a nice Canadian representation on these teams here. And first map, gonna be Junction. Spec HUD is so good, thank you very much. I made it myself. High ground, fight. All rockets out, nice air rocket from Obviously. Ben AFPS finishes him off with the shaft though. Rocket jump up from Ben. And he's in a flank position here where he gets a good amount of damage in and he gets a kill. Back into a 1 life each match. Relapse in a shaft versus shaft on the low ground. Who's gonna win this fight? Turns into a 2v1 and he goes down. First point on the board for Team Brainless. Go Zenith had 2 streams open. There's a bit of an echo. Nice shaft there from Zelfer. Start this round off, but he's gonna go down. The target switching seems to be really good in favor of Team Brainless. Implosion Weevil causing some chaos as Relapse hits a decent amount of shaft there, and that's gonna give them a slight life advantage. It's a 1v1 situation there, but Ben AFPS had very little health. That fight moved into the close quarters corner very quickly. Wow. Taking the teleporter up, Obviously gets a Weeble kill with a time slow Weeble. For anyone who doesn't know, the Weebles actually do 5 damage in an AoE, so that actually got him a kill. Nice nade from Relapse. He finishes off the kill. Puts a little bit of damage there. There's a 1v1 situation, but Relapse has a 1 life advantage. When he dies, he will respawn with full shields, so this is quite a bit of an advantage for Blame Canada. That rocket also will help. Now on the respawn, Zelfer being pushed back with Pincer out. But nice rockets from Zelfer. He actually turns it around with a huge disadvantage. Putting a second round on the board for Brainless, and that is, you know, not what you would expect considering the life difference there. Can't be happy about that if you're on Team Blame Canada. Shotgun from Zelfer was doing work until his target got out of range. 1v1, last life each. Rocket fight coming out. Switches to shaft. Here comes the shaft. Shaft slightly better for Zelfer, and he's going to win that fight as well. Zelfer with a double clutch. Going to pull 2 rounds back to back for Team Brainless. Nice rockets, but a switch to Shaft from Zelfer is going to make him take a little bit more damage there than he had to. But they get the first 2 kills on the board for Team Brainless. And a shield cracked there is going to put a huge advantage in favor of Team Brainless. And obviously last alive. He's going to go down. That's 4 points on the board for Brainless. Again, this is best of 3. So this is the first map. And there are different sections of the map that you play on. Relapse going to go down to a couple rockets as he gets pushed into the corner. Nice time slow Weeble there with Shaft. And Relapse and obviously have taken control of the main area of this map. Time slow is coming out. Of course, when you die and respawn, you have a Weeble to use. Nice little rocket jump there from obviously, but he's going to peek around the corner to his death. And Team Canada dropping 1 map. So they're going to be able to pick the next map. And again, this is a loser's bracket round 4 game, so the loser of this is going to be out of the tournament. The winner gets to continue on in the loser's bracket for a chance to win the whole thing. Again, the prize pool is, last I checked, it was $200. If you want to donate to the prize pool, you can do that, !info in the chat. And that will go towards the players.
3, 2, 1.
This is a community-run event, entirely on donations and volunteers and stuff. If you have the money to spare, donations are very appreciated. Double Shaft coming out here from Brainless as they focus down one opponent. But Blame Canada come back and get 3 kills back to back. And Zelfer with some nice Shaft is going to make it a 1v1, but he has a serious disadvantage. Nice direct rocket, hits the 56 and a pincer shot. He almost pulled it off there. Nice try. It's really tough. Very close quarters rockets here coming out. Obviously hitting a nice bounce, hitting some nice direct rockets, and his target switches targets, and everyone died. Full reset here, everyone respawning with full stacks, and time slow Weebles coming out. We got 4 time slows on the field at the same time. And Ben is going to win it with some nice Shaft in the end. Namaste X. Glad you enjoyed the HUD. Hopefully the link is not outdated and you're getting the most recent version of it. Ben hitting some point blank, literally as close as you could get rockets. And slight life advantage for Brainless, red team. And it's all falling apart for Blame Canada here, shafted into the sky. 1v1 fight, actually, this is really close. Rockets coming out, pincer shot versus shotgun shot, and Zelfer's gonna survive with 7 HP. This is the closest game we've had so far, for sure. First 2 frags are going to go in favor of Team Brainless, who just equalized the lives, but that's going to be a quick round for Brainless. Yes, eggdevil.gg has a number of HUDs and other cool Diabotical stuff. If you go to that website, you can find a number of HUDs on there. This spec HUD is on there as well, but if you want the most recent version of it, you can type !HUD in the chat and use it to your heart's content. We've got a lot of trades coming out, and it's a pretty even match. 1 life apiece. 2v1 on the high ground. It's going to go in favor of Team Brainless as they clean up without losing a second life. Nice rockets from Ben. He tries to switch targets, but his original target comes back and says no. Explosive Weebles coming out. I feel like we're going to see a crazy explosion Weeble. Maybe not. The damage is just too consistent. And we didn't get to see that last kill there, but Team Brainless is going to take it. And that is 2-0, so Brainless will move on in the loser's bracket with a chance to come up to the winner's bracket. Map reminds me of Thunderstruck. Yeah, totally. Especially that last section that we saw with the lower area that's kind of in the middle. Eggbots look like Reese's Pieces. Yes. Hello, Green 8K. And let's see where we're at. At GG. Well played. Egg. So we're getting really close to the end of this tournament now. While I wait for game to be posted, we can take a look at it real quick. This is the game we just watched here in round 4 of the losers bracket. Winner is going to play Team 420 XX Egg Lord XX69. And the winner of that is going to play Ballin for Johnson. Winner of that is going to play QBL, which is Chain's team, and then the winner of that goes back up into the grand finals. So last 4 matches, last 4 matches coming up. If you're enjoying it so far, I've been told I should get all of the remaining games since there are no concurrent games going on anymore. Thank you very much, Force, for letting me know. And we're in. Chilling. And I do want to turn the music off eventually. I like how serious it gets when I turn the music off, but we are also just chilling on the stream. And if you're enjoying the stream, link it to your friends, link it to any of your friends who are thinking about checking out Diabotical, because I mean, I guess maybe Arena is probably best to experience. You know, watching it, if you know what's going on, is pretty fun. But if you're brand new to the game, it might be a little bit confusing. Particularly the weapons. But if you have friends who know a little bit about the game, I'm sure they would enjoy it. Send them the link. Spam it on all of your socials. Because you're all Zoomers, and you've all got social medias. I'm just a boomer. We are just waiting here for the 420 XX Egg Lord XX9. Looks like they forgot a 6. And that's cool. This is going to be losers bracket round 5. Sorry, there's actually only 4 more matches. This is the 4th last matchup. What's that MacGuffin mode? Asks Chonky Rat. I know you know what it is, because I played you in MacGuffin twice yesterday, and those were good games. But I will explain it a little bit, since I'm waiting, and we have some time. MacGuffin is kind of like a single flag, capture the flag. Sort of. Basically, there's a little guy, the MacGuffin. You pick him up and you take him to your base, and as long as you hold him in your base, you get points over time. First team to 100 points wins. It's a very, very fun mode to play, and you should definitely try it, especially if you're a new player. With the chat delay, it's a little hard to know what you're talking about, but Broken Symmetry says, stop lying, press OK. I guess I lied about something. Hello, CXT. That's a lot of exclamation marks. Chunky Rats has false. Wasn't me. I definitely played with you yesterday. Also with Broken Symmetry. But yes, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining in on the stream. We're in the last 4 matches of the 2v2 arena tournament sponsored by, or held by, GetCracked. Sponsored by Prevail. Speaking of Prevail, we've got Pithy joining the game. And since we got a minute here, I'd like to also thank the sponsors, Azurite, everyone on the Prevail team, Lady Drac, Milan, Blind Light, and Dradic. Thank you very much for sponsoring the prize pool. All of that money goes towards the winners. And if you would like to, if you can, and you would like to donate to the prize pool, you can do !info in the chat. And there will be a link on the tournament page. You can donate there up until the end of the tournament, and that money will go towards the winners. And thanks to everyone else who has contributed to the tournament so far. Big thanks to ForceQL in the chat. Force organized all of these tournaments, and he's running everything. Doing a great job. And you guys have no idea how hard it is to manage all these players and all the modes and everything going on. Great job to him. And everyone else. Thanks to Sonic as well. His right-hand man. Or woman. I don't know. I only live digitally online. In our genderless world of ones and zeros. He's finishing a ranked match. I got... Okay, looks like we're almost ready here. Again, this is the 4th last match of the tournament. Moving our way up the losers bracket. Sorry, I think I don't know everyone that I should be shouting out. Maybe I should make a list before the next tournament. We're only on like tournament number 5 or whatever. By now I should probably have figured it out. I love that Broken Symmetry is known for playing arena FPS with a controller. As a person who tinkers with electronics and loves that stuff. Great. Gonna get first map pick is gonna be Bazaar coming out from Goonsky.
Bazaar.
And we just saw Bazaar as well, so should be familiar with it. Wow, Pithy hitting some great warm-up rockets. This is gonna be a good game. Oh my god. Look at these directs. Pithy's gonna be making frag movies. He's gonna be the director. You see what I did there? Direct. Very nice rockets. I'm excited to see this game. We've got Team Brainless, which is Ben and Zelfer, versus Team 420XX Egg Lord XX69, which is Pithy and Goonsky. Again, it's best of 3. Nice positioning here from Pithy. Look at this, he's not even moving around, he's just doing damage. Rough start there for Team Brainless, who cannot ignore Pithy.
Round 2.
Do not ignore Pithy. He is the essence of the player you should focus. Pithy, if you will. And again, they're ignoring Pithy. He's doing huge damage here. I'm not going to switch camera off Pithy until someone fights him. But he's going to go down. And actually, stacks got evened out here. Brainless in a slight advantage, but that double shaft fight does not go in their favor. And they're going to lose the second round as well. Let's check out Ben's perspective here. This is probably the toughest map to play, or toughest section of Bazaar to play, I would say. Nice shaft from Ben. He's being ignored now. A lot of 2v1s coming out this game, and you can see how much that affects the pace of the game. Nice rocket from Ben as he flicks around, hitting a couple more ticks. It's a 2v1 situation, but 3 lives in favor of Brainless. This can only really go one way. And that's the way it goes.
4.
Broken symmetry confirming that it is vengeance. First death is going to be for Team Brainless. Goes down. Second death on Team Brainless. Nice positioning from Pithy as he comes in for a sneak attack. Rocket jumps up, hits a direct, but he gets shafted into the sky. Goonsky cleaning up.
Round 5.
Moving into round 5. This is also probably one of the toughest sections to play of this map. Goonsky with a rocket jump there does a little bit of damage, but he gets trapped, and now it's a 2v1 shaft fight. Red team here is owning pretty hard. They've got 2 lives advantage. Goonsky making the best use of his remaining life that he can. And actually this is turning around. Brainless is doing a ton of damage here, but they just didn't have the stack to hang in. Back to the first map. Nice rockets from Pithy. Gonna bounce someone around, but Goonsky was taking way too much damage there from both Brainless players. Pithy not sure which way he wants to push out of this slow field. He's gonna drop down with 10 health and die just before he can make it into the teleporter to safety. Would it be that safe? I don't know. Goonsky, last alive, hits a nice rocket straight down. And now he's fighting his way out of a slow Weeble. He switches to rocket, but whiffs the rocket. And that's gotta hurt. I hate that feeling personally when you lose confidence in your own shaft and you switch weapons and then you pay for it. You had to stick with it. And nice damage coming out here from Team Brainless. They're looking to make it a 4-3 game. And Ben is just cleaning up, running circles around the map. 1v1, but Ben has a bigger stack. Although, he's got to get this kill. It's inevitable. It's the sound of inevitability, Mr. Anderson. Two v one here. Insta-kill. Wow. Goonsky got melted. Although the trades are happening, and it looks like it is turning around a little bit. It's all up to Pithy here. He's got one more life. Slightly bigger stack advantage. But he's stuck in a slow field. Nice shaft from Ben. I was looking at the wrong player. It's a 1v1. Wow. Zelfer survives with 4 health and ties up the game. We've got a game, boys. Zelfer stuck on the low ground, unable to find a target and get back up. He's going to be the first to go down. Team Brainless struggling a little bit this round. And equalizing the stacks now, but that rocket jump up is going to be punished a little bit by Ben, and the second one as well. All up to Ben here, though. He's got a 1v2. He finds 1 kill, but he only has 6 health. Looks for the pincer shot, and doesn't connect. Takes one instead. That's very even damage, and pretty even kills, too. Really nice first match. Is there self-damage in this? No. Not in this mode, and you start with all weapons, so it's similar to Wipeout in that respect. But I realized that since I have a stream delay on, someone's going to answer in the chat before I can. Next map is going to be Junction. And just to confirm, players are asking if it's best of 3. The whole tournament is best of 3 across the board this time. Starting off the high ground, Pithy. About equal damage coming out there with him and his opponent in a 1v1. But Pithy goes down there to shaft as he loses position. Nice pincer shot from Zelfer, but he's going to go down, and now the stacks are pretty even across the board. Goonsky looking for a pincer fight. Is that an explosive Weeble? I think it was. Wow, that really launched him into the sky. Goonsky throws another explosive Weeble, which traps Zelfer in the corner. Ben AFPS left alive with 3 health. This is still potentially winnable if his next rail... Yeah, nice try from Ben. Uh-oh. Goonsky taking the 2v1 fight intentionally. Sometimes that works out quite well. And now they're rocket jumping over. Very aggressive play here from Egglords. But now they're very low health. But it's a 2v1 situation. They have a lot of lives to spare. They somehow killed or fragged 3 opponents, took off 3 lives without losing any. So that was the story of that round. Nice little fake target there. Switching at the last second. Goonsky manages to make it a 2v1. Goonsky rocket jumping up with 1 health, trying to throw a nade over the wall, but he manages to get a trade before he dies, so that's the most use you could make of 1 health, for sure. Stacks are pretty even now. Plasma versus Blaster. Blaster versus Shaft. Zelfer hitting some nice Shaft here, is going to clean up, and that's the first round on the board for Brainless. Nice rockets coming out there from Zelfer and Team Brainless. Tries to make it into the teleporter. Doesn't quite make it. Nice pincer shot. He was looking for someone else, but he flicked. And the flick was good. Time Slow Weeble lands directly in his egg, and Zelfer is going to go down. Goonsky cleans up the second kill. Hits a nice pincer. Missed the second one. They're both low health here. And now it's all up to Pithy. Switching over to Pithy. He's got a 1v2 situation on his hands. Now he has no armor. It's not looking good. Position is very tough. And that is the most he could do. Nice try to Pithy. But the game is now tied 2-2. First to 5. We'll take it. And this is the best of 3. Map number 2. Rockets coming out. Ben is getting pushed around. But it looks like Pithy fell down and had to take the teleporter back up. Shotgun switch there. Isn't going to pay off. Looks like it's going to be a Brainless round. I love when the Weeble selection chooses the explosive Weeble. It's like the opposite of the Time Slow Weeble, in that the round doesn't slow down, it goes nuts. 2v1 here for Brainless as they choose a target over in the corner. Ben not able to connect these rockets. But Zelfer is doing work. Ben finally goes down. We've got a full reset. 1v1. Very close. Nice direct into a nice Shaft, and that's going to be round number 6. Going to Egglords. Egglords coming in here saying you're not getting the high ground for free. This is where they're going to choose to start. Nice rockets from Pithy as he gets flung around, but he's going to go down. Trades are coming out, but Ben comes out on top with a second life remaining. He finally goes down, but he's done enough damage that this is heavily in their favor now. Pithy jumping over the wall, pushes in, and oh, that turned around, I guess. Happened real quick. 4-3 for Egglords. Match point for them. Nice direct from Pithy. Look at these rockets. Someone in the chat was asking, how can they improve their game? If you want to get better at rockets, just gotta watch Pithy play. Ben last alive. Very low health.
Perfect.
And he goes down. GG's coming out in the chat. So we're going to see Egglords moving on in the lower bracket. Horse QL in the chat asking if there are any new players. We did have a few viewers joining us, so if you are a new player, let Force know in the chat. He will hook you up. Real new players. If you know someone who wants to get into the game, get them in here so they can get hooked up. The game, of course, is free to play, but there are many unlockable things that you can get, drops and such. And privately message Force in the chat, get some more newcomer info, help you bippity bop boop. So our next match, since everything is in order now, and we are in the third last match of the tournament, is going to be Ballin for Johnson versus Egg Lords. Ballin and Carnage Johnson, that we were spectating earlier in the tournament, they got knocked down into the lower bracket, and they're going to be moving on to this upcoming game. Just waiting on a key as we all get settled in. Yeah, like talking about the real new newbies. We want to get as many new players as we can into the game. Let them have a lot of fun. All of us old school players, we're going to have fun with it anyways, no matter what. Waiting on one player who, while they were waiting, they queued up for a ranked match, I believe. We're waiting on that to finish or something. So it might just be a couple more minutes here. But you could argue that, you know, if you're really good, your rank doesn't matter. I gotta mute my mic real quick because I'm about to sneeze. That hurt physically. Hot Rod, welcome and hello. We are in the last 3 matches of the tournament. Next one up is going to be team that we just saw, Pithy and Goonsky versus Ballin and Carnage Johnson. How much do I need to donate to get the caster a monocle and top hat? I could probably work something out. You don't need to donate. As you may know, if you were a viewer on my channel, I'm a big fan of the monocle Weeble, the MacGuffin, the aristocrat. I would love to do some MacGuffin cosplay. I would be happy to make it my first cosplay ever, if that's what cosplay is. I would totally stream as a MacGuffin. I'll get like chocolate gold coins. Ones that you... Anyway. Just waiting for a map. I mean a match to come up. Oops. Who's been the most accurate player so far? I would say Carnage Johnson, from what I saw anyways. I didn't get to watch all of the first matches. But Carnage was quite accurate. And Ballin as well. Carnage has 3 ping though to Dallas, so that could be a factor. Pithy, did I miss a key? Oh no, I did, yeah. Oh, sorry guys, sorry Force. But Pithy's rockets, yeah, as Vidora and High Vidora was saying, those rockets were the best so far in the tournament. Nothing like crazy fancy, just solid rockets. Does Presoke have a full piece suit though? We're going down this route, we gotta go all the way. I do. Would I bust it out for tournament? Maybe. Maybe in winter actually. It'd be nicer. Whoops. Getting right into the game, we got Team Brainless versus... note, these team names are wrong. Blue team is Ballin and Carnage. And the red team is correct. Life advantage for Egglords is quickly fading away here. They just need to find Ballin, who's sitting on very low health, but he hits a direct rocket there and goes down. Now it's all up to Carnage, who's sitting on 9 health. In a 1v1 situation. Nice direct rocket from Carnage. Wow, and the pincer shot! What the? That's insane. On that low health, he just keeps his cool and hits the shots. Someone just asked who's been the most accurate player so far. I think he just answered your question himself. Nice explosive Weeble usage from Goonsky, but he doesn't manage to capitalize on it with any damage. 50 last alive is going to go down. And that's 2 rounds on the board for Team Carnage and Ballin. Ballin, smelling the blood in the water, goes and chases the kill, and he gets it. And this is going really well for Ballin and Carnage, gotta admit. Although they both get refragged there, so this round is not lost for Egglords. Carnage dodging the nades, takes some damage there. He's got an opponent trapped, but he falls back and goes for the 2v1. And now they're against one very weak player instead. Let's take a look at Goonsky, who's last alive as he eats a rail. He's gonna go down. Round 4 is best of 3, of course. Loser chooses the next map. And that's gonna be quick 2 kills on the board for Carnage and Ballin. Oh, they both get refragged, and it's a full reset. The stacks are even. Start of the round goes in favor of Egglords, but can they keep it up? It's all up to Pithy. He's only got 1 rocket launcher. If only he was playing some kind of character who could pull out 2 of the same weapon and fire both at the same time, while also yelling. High ground fight coming out here. Nice damage from Ballin as he gets pushed around. He switches targets and gets more damage out. And it's a trade from Carnage, so a life lead advantage for Ballin. Nice shaft from Carnage as he tries to rocket jump up, misses the rocket jump, and now he's given away his rocket jump, so he's actually going to pay for the second one. Nice rail there, but it ends up going in favor of Team Carnage and Ballin, who take the first map. 14 kills on Carnage. This is what we saw the first time we spectated them playing. And very nice play from Carnage. That 1 kill, I had to check to make sure the camera wasn't on me, like I forgot to switch the scenes, because I really embarrassingly got excited about that. That was crazy. And hopefully didn't throw my voice out. But really sick play from Carnage, if someone wants to clip it. Actually, I just had an idea, Force. In regards to what I just said, I'm sure you can figure it out. This is the map we wanted, they say, so looks like we're going to be playing Bazaar for map number 2. Rockets are out. Goonsky drops down into another fight that he was not originally a part of. And the round started off in favor of Carnage and Ballin, but look at this shaft. Carnage is lifted up into the air and he's not coming back down until the next round. Really nice play there from Egglords. And you can't even credit one of them, and both of them were hitting the shaft. There was really nice play from both Pithy and Goonsky. Look at that bounce. Goonsky hitting a lot of damage. Supported by Pithy is going to get the first quick frag, and he gets a little bit of damage up before he dies. But life advantage still in favor of Carnage and Ballin, who both just died right now. And actually, they've got a bad spawn cycle. So that round is going to go towards Egglords. This was their map pick. So the 2-0 lead is maybe expected. Where's Pithy? Goonsky is ready to take the 1v2. One trade coming out. Very low health there on Pithy. He goes down. And now we're looking at 1v2, 2 lives versus 1 each. It's all up to Carnage here in a 1v2. Switching over to Carnage's POV. He's getting bounced around by the implosion weevils. Nice rocket. He gets 1 kill. Jumps up, hits another nice rocket, and a 51 on top. Will he be able to? Oh my god, Carnage with the 1v2. Somebody stop this man. Starting off on Carnage here. Unsurprisingly, both of his opponents are focusing him down at the start of the round, but he manages to get away and come back. Hits another splash rocket. Gets both kills. And it does a lot of work before he dies, too. Pithy. Last alive in a 1v1 versus Carnage. Gotta be a little bit nervous at this point to be 1v1ing a full stack Carnage. Nice try from Pithy. It's really tough, the psychological element of knowing you're weaker than your opponent in a 1v1, but you have to fight them anyways. That's tough. Carnage being trapped here, they're finally focusing him down. But the damage is too high coming out from Ballin as well. And Ballin now with 2 lives because he was left alone. He's gonna go down. 1 life apiece across the board. Shaft coming out at max range. And actually, this is a really nice position from Pithy. Is going to turn it into a 1v1 overall. Goonsky almost making the Shaft fight. Cheeseburger saying this guy is insane. Nice rockets from Ballin. And that's going to be quick frags. Ballin doing so much damage also before he dies. Arena does normally have Wii balls, but you only get them after you die once. So, off the first spawn you don't have them, and then you get one. And everyone has the same one, and it's different every round. Nice damage from Ballin here. It's a full reset across the board. Carnage doing the reverse LG, lifting them up. And that's gonna be 2-0. Team Egglords is gonna be knocked out, unfortunately. And Carnage and Ballin moving on up. Well earned, though, as we saw. Very well played. Just waiting to make sure that I didn't prematurely leave the game, even though I'm 100% sure of what just happened, because then it's tough to join back in. And then you got 4 slow bubbles popping up at the same time, exactly, which is fun, and it's also not. But mostly fun. I think the slow Weeble bubble could be slightly more transparent. When they start stacking and stuff, it's hard to see through. It's almost better than a smoke grenade. Smoke Weeble. Moving straight into the next game. It was actually the same server. I didn't have to leave, but I did anyways. Is that Mr. Peanut on the desk? I mean, sort of. It is the MacGuffin Weeble Golden Trophy. Winner gets it in JPEG form. Check your spam. Nice. Points to Ballin, redeeming himself by changing the team names. And we are moving into the losers bracket final. Quake Bro League versus Ballin for Johnson. And that's the teams that we see right here. Carnage saying needs a sec. so we're gonna take a few seconds here and check the seeds to see who gets first map pick. Let me see. Not pinned in this channel. It's gotta be this one. Ballin for Johnson are a higher seed, but so I would think that they get first pick, but I don't know. Force is in here. He organized the tournament. He knows better than I do. Hope you guys liked that last game. That was some really nice stuff. That's when arena mode breaks down and everyone's trying their hardest. It's not pretty, but it's also kind of pretty in very specific moments. Ballin is the higher seed. That's what I thought, but they...
Bizarre.
Hey, Force. I was just checking. Looks like we're all set. Everyone knows more than I do. I'm just the guy who talks. Next map's gonna be Bazaar. And, oh sorry, the first map of this matchup is gonna be Bazaar. We've got QBL versus Ballin for Johnson. Nice rocket from Carnage to start it off, and a nice flick rocket. Looking for the pincer shot, doesn't find it. But his teammate does okay in his 1v1. And now actually we've got big life advantage. Carnage Johnson wants to hit the pincer before he goes down here. Doesn't manage to. Ballin eating a rocket there. Trying to spam the teleporter exit. Nice play there. It's down to a 1v1, but Dramas has way lower stack. But he almost gets it. Nice try from Dramas there. Wow, the rockets from Carnage. Look at the flick of the wrist. Chain getting the double kill, though. And it's pretty even across the board. This is a really close round. Missing that pincer shot, but it's 1v1. Chain with the life lead is going to push in with Shaft and finish it off, tying it up 1-1. Jarnage Carson. Jarnage. Chain, watching Chain here. He's in a 1v1. Rockets are about even. He hits one extra rocket for 50 damage, and that's going to give him a nice advantage. Dramas takes the correct teleporter to support his teammate. Either luck or awareness. It's a 50-50 shot, those teleporters. Carnage taking the high ground. And he does a lot of damage before he goes down. Health advantage for blue team. Nice falling pincer shot from Ballin. And that's going to be round number 3. Again, we're looking at a 1v1 startup round, but Ballin gets pushed out and denied. Carnage takes a lot of damage as a result. This round is going in favor of QBL. Barely, though. Chain hitting nice pincer shots. Look at the... He's got 22 HP, but he's doing so much damage. And that's going to help him win this 1v2 if he can. He's got to hit these shots, though. And he goes down, actually. A 1v2, even though he had more stack. If you miss 3 shots in that situation, you're going to pay for it, for sure. Someone is stuck on the jump pad. I don't know if that was intentional. It's very awkward. And that is going to cost Ballin and Carnage. They do get the refrags, but Ballin is almost dead. And Carnage is almost dead now. He's gonna go down.
Round 6.
The comeback for QBL. back to the first map that we started on. Got a 1v2 here. Chain is getting kind of wrecked. 1v2. Dramas didn't make it to the fight in time. And now Chain is getting wrecked. Again. And that's going to be 4th point on the board for Ballin and Carnage Johnson. If they win this one, they're going to take map number 1. Nice shaft from Ballin, as he doesn't take too much damage, but QBL come out on top of the initial fight. Nice rockets there. I would bet that this round is going to go to QBL, as the damage was really solid and consistent. There's nowhere to hide on this map. It's essentially a box, and that's what we all want as arena players. Just a solid box. Chain in a decent position, switches to shaft, and he cracks shield but eats too many rockets. And this round is the exact opposite of what happened last round. Trapped on the teleporter, that's brutal. Team QBL paying for it.
Defeat.
And map number 1 is going to go to Carnage and Ballin. This is getting intense. Turn down the music here, it's getting serious. Next map pick is going to be Hikem. We've got votes on the board. Imagine if there was a game where you had to discuss that stuff in chat instead of having a nice UI where you could just vote on maps. Beautiful design. And so we are going to see Hikem. This was the pick of QBL, our red team.
Game starts in 3, 2, 1.
Match point for them. Nice teamwork there as Chain hits some direct rockets and falls back to his teammate. Carnage got lost, came through the teleporter, and this is a two-way teleporter, so it's very fun to see how people play that out. Nice rockets from Chain, but not connecting enough damage there. And somehow Carnage still on 2 lives. I didn't catch nice rocket from Carnage. Ooh, but he comes through the teleporter, and now we've got a perfectly tied round. Chain is slightly in the advantage here as he's done more damage. Misses the first rocket, second rocket doesn't connect. 61 damage. It's even, dead even. Nice direct rocket. Leaves Carnage with 1 health.
Round 2.
And you see that 1 float up into the air. Goodbye. First round, going to QBL, and this is their map pick. Chain going down. Carnage with some nice positioning under the bridge. A lot of trades coming out. This is a non-stop round. And second round is going to go to Ballin and Carnage. Now if you're up top there where Carnage just was at the start of a round, you want to do damage with rockets obviously, but it's more important to knock your opponent off the top, because then they're out of the fight. You can turn it into a 2v1. And this is going in favor of the blue team here, but could go either way. That time slow Weeble is going to be really punishing. Chain trapped in the corner by the jump pad is going to go down. Look at these rockets. Perfect rockets. Again, another direct. This man's unstoppable. I mean, he just got stopped, but that's unrelated. Dramas with a nice rocket under the map. Hits a second one. And he's pushing in with rockets versus Shaft. Hits it over the wall. And they're going to steal that round from Carnage Johnson after he hit so much nice damage at the beginning. Ties it up 2-2. Moving into the most dynamic part of Hikem. This section of the map can go many different ways. For Dramas, it goes the most unfortunate way, and Chain follows suit. Big advantage here for Ballin and Carnage, who are just holding the high ground. Those rocket jumps up are going to be punished immediately and pushed back down. Nice pincer shot there from Chain, but he's in a 1v1 with no health left. He would have to be super cheesy here, and at that range, he's not going to be able to get out. So the third round goes to the blue team. Nice shaft from Carnage, hitting 100% shaft on a target who couldn't move. Couldn't move. Nice time slow Weeble there, but will it be enough to turn this round around? Carnage Johnson still with 2 lives, and he's still doing damage. And he's still out here, and he's still getting headshots.
Match point.
That's going to be a 4th round on the board for Ballin and Carnage. If they win this one, they move up back into the winner's bracket, I believe. Nice air rocket from Ballin. Follows it up with shaft, and he looks over and sees that his teammate also won his 1v1. And that's what you want to see. Nice little push there. Trapping him in the corner. That's going to be GG's. Carnage and Ballin take it 2-0. And I'd like to point out that Ballin actually outdamaged Carnage that round because this has been a Carnage show so far, and everyone's so hyped for Carnage. But also, check out his teammate. Ballin, owning.
Barrow's Gate.
And yes, so that was the losers bracket final. Now we are going into the grand finals, I believe. I'm not going to leave the lobby just in case we end up using the same one. I'm getting word that we're going to take a 5-minute break before the grand finals, and just change the text to bold, so it's serious. This is a serious 5-minute break. But thank you everyone for hanging out and watching. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We are entering the grand finals. Just before I take the break, I'm going to recap. We are looking at Team Fundamentals, which is all mental, and Raul versus Carnage and Ballin for Life, who we just saw win. This is going to be the grand finals coming up. And because Ballin and Carnage Johnson are coming from... I'm not even showing this on stream. These are the finalists for the grand finals. Because Ballin and Carnage Johnson are coming from the losers bracket, if they win the first best of 3, they reset the bracket, and then they have to play another best of 3. If Fundamentals win the first best of 3, they will win the tournament and all the prize money, or however it gets divided. I believe it all goes first place in this one. And there's their beautiful team icon for Ballin for Johnson. Cheeseburger, I could restart the stream without delay if I wanted to, since we don't need to have delay. But at the same time, if I keep the stream up, then it's all one video, so it's easier to just throw it to YouTube. I don't have to piece it together. So I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna keep the delay on. We're gonna take a 5-minute break here, probably more like 4 minutes right now, and then we're gonna come back. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stick around. Don't want to miss those grand finals, especially if Carnage Johnson keeps hitting shots like those. I'm gonna lose my voice. See you guys real soon on the flip side. Supposed to find my cam so that I have a cooler exit when I say that. Where is it? Oh, I see. I can't even do that. See you guys on the flip side. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if we're back yet, but I'm back. But we might be back. I made some coffee. And the song that's playing right now is called Hot Coffee. What are the odds? This tournament has been super exciting. I'm not a huge arena player, but I gotta say, it is quite a fun mode, and I totally understand why players love it. You know what? There are a lot of Canadian stereotypes, but I do say sorry a lot. I don't mean to. I get annoyed that when I do. I'm sorry if I say... I think everyone's still on break. We're just, waiting for people to join up. This is going to be the grand finals. Ballin' for Johnson versus Fundamentals. The Steam says $90 bet on Fundamentals. I think Carnage and Ballin are going to win. Once you start with the pop-off, you can't stop. That's a trademark violation. Thank you for getting my stream cancelled. I just noticed the Inspector Gadget theme in the song. Oh no, I missed it. We even got the name set up. You guys make fun of it, but the name feature is very nice. Carnage saying he's happy you got the names in here, but it's a really nice feature. This game is designed for esports. It's going to be huge. It's going to blow up like a rocket. And these features are going to carry us there. Moving on into the grand finals. Wish I had a cool intro to play right now, but I do not. Old Tyrone says gonna have to go with Raul and all mental, but I got love for Karn. I think after watching the last game, everyone's got love for Carnage. Exciting, says Quarknet. Absolutely. Players are just gonna have to put their egos aside, focus on hitting these shots. We're starting off on Bazaar. Carnage, Johnson, and Ballin on Team Ballin and Johnson. All Mental and Raul on Team Fundamentals. Raul hitting the first rocket here. Nice little rocket fight. Peeking over the ledge. Unable to connect the last rocket he finally does, and it's a trade. Slow field Weeble, they're playing in slow motion here. Look at these rockets, the shaft wins out though in the slow-mo. Ballin in 1v2, getting pushed into the corner, and that's checkmate. First round goes to Fundamentals. So tense right now. It's a 2v1 fight, but it's not going super well for Fundamentals as the trades come out. And big advantage here for Ballin and Johnson. Ballin for Johnson. But in the end, Fundamentals turns it around. The action is so packed. Hard to keep up. 2 rounds on the board already for Fundamentals. Is a best of 3. Loser picks next map. All Mental getting a clean kill there. Getting some spam shaft on the teleporter exit. And Carnage is going to finish him off with a shotgun. Carnage goes down. Nice direct nade from Ballin from the low ground. He's trying to rush up here to help Carnage. And it's a 1v1 situation, but Ballin has a slight stack advantage, just lost it. And now he's on the back foot. He knows where his opponent is, but his opponent knows where he is. And Raul drops down, hitting the pincer shot. Nice play. That's going to get them the third round. It's not all about hitting shots. It's not all mental either. Raul hitting some nice damage here on the spawn, and he's going to find one quick frag. There's the second one. Fundamentals really showing up on this map. Nice direct rocket from Raul. Oh no, Raul's stuck. How could this happen in the grand finals? And he gets pinched. Can't be too happy about that. ROPFL coming out in the chat. And that's gonna be round number 4, Fundamentals. Hello, James Harding. Nice shaft damage here from Raul. I think he's winning the fight. No, he's not losing. He's not winning the fight. And Carnage with a full stack on the fresh respawn, but he's taking a lot of damage. This could go either way. There's a really close round, but
Round 6.
I guess Ballin won his fight on the high ground. Wow, just direct rockets after direct rockets. And both Fundamentals players survive on 1 HP. Raul taking a lot of damage. He's trapped in the corner by this shaft, and he's going to go down. This is going to be first round on the board for Ballin and Carnage Johnson.
Round 7.
We've got second round on the board for them. And this map, after being reworked, this section of the map turns out to be the most interesting one sometimes. A lot of trades happening here. All comes down to the Weebles. Let's see what we get. Time slow. A lot of damage coming out here. Nice round for Ballin and Carnage, as they're making the comeback here. From the 4-0 deficit, they won 3 in a row, I think. Rocket's coming out. Ballin launches someone into orbit. Carnage goes down first. Nice teamwork here from Carnage and Ballin. And the stacks are pretty even right now. It's a tied game. Nice pincer shot there from All Mental as he falls back to a safe position, but he goes down. Wow, I missed it, but Ballin survived with 1 health. And he won the round. Clutch from Ballin, ties it up 4-4. Next round wins the first map. What a grand finals. Double team Rocket. But where did he go? Their target disappeared and then reappeared right under their feet. Nice pincer shot from Ballin. But he eats a rocket coming up the stairs. Huge damage coming out here from All Mental as he's on low health, but he makes the most of his last remaining HP. 2v1 situation. Launched into orbit. Carnage is on the back foot. And he's gonna lose that round. Very close. Taking a look at the damage, it's super even across the board. And that is going to be map number 1. In favor of Fundamentals. Moving into map number 2. Loser picks second map. Of course, it's best of 3. So we are approaching the final rounds of the game. Hikem is an interesting second pick. It is the most dynamic map in the pool. Airbucks with a huge sub. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Really appreciate it. Getting it right into it here. This is map number 2 of the best of 3. Raul, nice starting rocket, hits 2 directs, 3. And cleans up the second one. They have a huge advantage going into this Fundamentals round 2. Nice shaft from Carnage as he flies across the map from the jump pad. Last life up for Carnage. He's in a 1v2 situation, getting pushed out. Rockets are a tough choice there. He manages to clean one up, but he gets railed on the jump pad. And that's 1-0 for Fundamentals on map number 2. And this is the blue team's map pick. Nice rocket jump start there, launching him into orbit, but life lead for Fundamentals again. And the slow field Weeble makes it very confusing. I think there are 3 stacked there. I can't even see through them. Carnage in a 1v1, hits a nice pincer shot, almost equalizes. Look at the damage coming out, it's tied. Almost hits a pincer shot. He's eaten shaft though, he's down to 10 health. And the first rocket gave away his position there, so the second rocket was a gamble. And he's gonna go down 2 rounds on the board for Fundamentals. Nice rocket from Raul. He actually didn't take any damage there. He didn't do too much, but a free rocket's a free rocket. It's free real estate. And 2v1 in the courtyard by the bell. Jumping over rockets all day. Raul is ruthless. Implosion Weeble. You thought it would launch them off, but it actually pulled them back up, I guess. In a 1v1 situation, disadvantage of HP for Ballin. He's hiding behind the bell. Tough for him to find an angle here. Super risky plays from Ballin. He needs to reposition maybe. And he does just that. Trying not to eat a nade. Very tense situation here. They need this round really badly. Ballin could die to any damage really. 64 health, no armor. Could die to a rocket. Pincer shot. And there it is. The pincer shot takes down Ballin for 3 rounds on the board for Fundamentals. Trying to make quick work of this tourney. Nice little target switch there from Fundamentals is going to get them the first frag. Raul goes down, Mental goes down, and actually the roles have been reversed here. Nice rocket from Carnage as he's flying away. Almost hits that rocket over the, whatever that middle area is called. And that's going to get them around on the board, so it's not over yet. Let's see if Raul gets launched off the map here again. As he almost did twice last time. Rocket jump back up, but he eats a rocket. Get punished for that airtime. And it's going to be 2 quick frags for Fundamentals. Looks like a 4th round on the board. But they have the high ground, Anakin. Launches him off the map, and that's going to be a quick frag. Turning it around, Ballin for Johnson with the explosive Weeble usage. Excellent play. If you can launch someone off the map with full HP, full armor, that's free kill. Big rockets from Ballin. He rocket jumps back up, catches him on the top of the jump pad. Wow, nice damage from Ballin. Nice play. He catches someone by jumping across to the diving board area, and he cleans up the second kill on Raul, hitting a nice pincer shot there. But he's unable to connect the pincers after that, and we almost have a full reset. All Mental with the weakest stack, but he's doing damage here. No problem. Trying to catch someone out on the teleporter exit, but he's too low to... Oh. He's too low to do nothing. He wins the round. 4 health. That's all you need. And that's 4 rounds on the board. They win 1 more. They know this is it. But they get focus fired. Ballin for Johnson, making it a 2v1. All Mental cleans up and equalizes. Raul rocket jumping through the slow Weeble, hitting really nice shaft percentage there, and he's going to clean up both players, and that is going to be it. GG. Fundamentals. Incredible gameplay. Congratulations. To All Mental. Raul is ruthless.